Hi, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the SNG Show. I am Scotty. That's Greg. And that is Dino the Genetic Marvel.
Hello, how are you?
He's here twice in 1 week.
I like to come.
Who doesn't, Dino?
Communists. Women.
I bet they like to come. It feels good.
No, they don't, because it feels good. That's specifically why.
What? But the supreme communist gets to come. You think Putin's not coming?
That's his duty to his country. That's different.
He
does it
impregnating
because
every 6'5" Russian fucking lady with the last name Drago he could find.
There's definitely a eugenics program in Russia, alive and well. There's no question about that.
Since like World War One.
Can you imagine the monsters that must come out? Imagine if the next World War was down to hand-to-hand combat, how fucked we'd be.
The Chinese would win. Just numbers. Period.
I don't know. I think India would take it. They're also Randy Perfect.
A lot of them are non-violent. We're doing hand-to-hand things. So if we're doing hand-to-hand, are we showing up in trucks, planes? Like how we get into the fight?
Horses and boats. Horses and boats. I think.
Guess who's fighting then, Bubba? Me and you.
That'd be pretty.
Nobody from the other side of the world's coming here if we have horses.
Yeah, but what if we like old school boats across the Atlantic? That'd be some fucked up shit, man.
Nobody'd survive that. Nobody has the Constitution. Scandinavia would rule the world again.
It would be their time to rise.
Right. All the Norwegians and the Scandinavians and those Icelandic peoples, they'd take over the world again.
Look, but like
they would just show up and be like, we're 6'10".
Gloucester, New England is going to become like the hub of all economies as they fish. They're the only ones who can do it. Like, yeah, that's fine.
We know where the shoals are. Just some old rusty motherfucker. I know where the shoals are.
Well, that was one quote. I think it was Albert Einstein was like, I don't know what this the next war will be fought with, but the one after that will be fought with sticks and stones.
Yup.
Because you're like, yeah, it's gotten too crazy. Like, especially if you watch some of the crazy movies where you're like, this is just complete propaganda of like, woo, woo, USA. And you're like, which I love, don't get me wrong. But then like you see drones attacking entire armies and you're like, oh, we are in so much danger right now. Like, much danger.
Like every time I scroll Reddit and I see Ukrainian drone drops a grenade in Russian foxhole, and I'm like, they can fucking do that?
Hey, with precision.
Yeah, like it's just like literally like bloop, grenade.
They have gliders, so it's like a spring-loaded glider. So it launches into the air, so it looks like a bird, and then it glides through. Once it comes close to its position, that's when its engine kicks in, and then it targets and pop. And you're like,
it's fucking Call of Duty. It's fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah. Well, at some point you got to figure that had to be for a purpose, for people to understand those tactics, those things. We all enjoy those kind of things on some level, either watching, playing, strategizing, experimenting.
Well, I mean, what war breaks down to at its base level is how can I get this thing made for killing over there to those people?
Yes.
In the most, inconceivable way nobody will ever think to stop.
Yeah.
Because like you've seen like all the videos of like, missiles coming in and that big fucking drum looking thing and he fucking shoots a team of tracers across the sky and blows the missile up.
I got a little hard watching it. A little, not full, but like a little. You're going, that's awesome.
Every time I hear those A-10 Warthog fucking shots.
Oh yeah.
Those things are ridiculous.
I shot.
It's like, why don't we just fight every war with that thing?
I think just for the fun of it, like I feel like the Olympics is where we should settle war games more so, like feats of strength and tactics, like having a war game scenario in a closed environment, like the Colosseum was used for, that kind of environment would be more entertaining, profitable, and useful because you could use less elites and maintain their reusability, which is the plot for the movie The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm pretty sure. But you know what?
Once again, a dystopia movie.
I feel like it's
what are your thoughts on, and keep everything the way it is, the Olympics how they are, but every country requires one average non-athlete to be on the team.
100%
every event
I
has
think
to be one.
So I was thinking about this is like you know how on
like you got 4 weeks of training in whatever this thing is, just so you can do it right if it's technical.
How much? Okay, so let's be honest, because the U.S. is one of the only countries where people can do that as a living, right? Like not all sports, granted, but that is like people can be swimmers, runners.
Only through sponsorship dollars, which would be how most of those people do it.
But it is more possible in the States than anywhere else, from my understanding.
That's because we throw money at people who do things.
It like God intended, right?
Exactly.
You know, He put gold in the ground for us, people.
Right. Well, but that's the thing, though. It depends on the sport / athletic competition, because like the Olympics say, you're really running off of those sponsorship dollars. If you're an Olympic athlete, like a Michael Phelps or any Olympic gold medal winner that got ridiculous sponsorships after winning gold.
Yeah. And he's the Kardashian, right? Like he's the exception. It's not everyone with a big butt gets paid, right? That's not how it works.
Well, he got paid because he won everything. He just showed up and was like all the medals.
He's got to be proud, though. Like how could you not
smoking weed the whole time?
Well, how could you not feel an unbelievable amount of pride in having achieved that? Even like, let's be honest, he's a freak of nature, right?
Absolutely.
And that's to his advantage. But he could have done something, a different sport. He could have done a different thing. Well, he's still an Olympian.
Freaks of nature exist in every facet of life.
100%.
Anything you can do. There's some guy who can do it literally sleeping. Like,
yeah. And for fun, right?
Yeah.
Like, remember
no brain power is required for this.
Yeah. Well, remember the puzzles from the Zodiac Killer, and it was just like two teachers that was like their hobby, and they broke the code because they're like, oh yeah, we just enjoy doing this, la di da di da. And you're like, God damn it, you know.
Well, the last one's still not figured out.
Oh, they said they did, but it's like,
yeah, just like they keep saying, like they keep saying they're going to release the Kennedy assassination files.
Well, every 5 minutes of the video of them explaining how they encoded it, they also say, check out our crypto videos where you can learn how to trade on a daily basis for an extra stream of income. You're like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, yeah, go fuck yourself. It all just fell apart anyway. Like,
how joyous was that? Like, I felt good when it was falling apart. I was like, oh, that's it feels nice. It feels nice on my on the inside.
I don't have to hear about it anymore for at least a year or two.
Well, that's the thing is, before I started doing this, before this, I was a financial planner. So like I was a real person and everything. So when I hear people who's like, hey man, do you know how crypto works? And I'm like, number one, I do. Number two, it doesn't. Number three, eat shit and die. So
right now, do you know how crypto works? If you were smart enough to see it for what it was, got in low, got out high, and walked away with your cash.
Yes.
That's how crypto worked. If you saw the writing on the wall and went, this amount is high enough for me, and just dumped it all and walked away with your millions, good for you.
Yeah. And you know what? When it first happened, I was like, I should put $1,000, and I couldn't. I never had the $1,000. Like it never synced up. Like every time I thought about it, I didn't have the money. Every time I had the money, I didn't think about it. And then when I did have the money, I may have thought about it, but I couldn't figure out how to get it done. Like, and then I needed the money for something else. Like there was always something playing against me.
Right.
So at the same time, like I kick myself in my own testicles every once in a while for that. That's all
As
right. My
one,
wife still loves me. It's okay.
as one does,
Yeah. Well,
I never understood it from the get, and I just have an understanding of it now because since it's failed and people explained why it's failed, they had to explain how it worked.
how it
So
didn't work.
people,
How it
yeah,
didn't work
how it was
successfully.
how it
Yeah.
was supposed to work.
Yeah.
How it was set up.
And then people just
People like
took
me
advantage.
know what the fuck they're talking about.
Like crazy people. They just demanded to make more money off of other people. What a bunch of crazy people. And you're like, yeah, real crazy.
That's the definition of capitalism.
See, I remember though, it probably I made it up in my own mind because it was probably gone by the time I was born. But like, there was a certain responsibility to those that were business owners, like to supporting the community, supporting a baseball team, supporting contributing, right?
When I was a kid, every little league fucking shirt I had a name of a company in town on it.
A garage or like a grocery store, something, right? Like,
right. Well,
that made sense.
One year it was Lane Funeral Home. 1 year it was Bill's Satellite.
A funeral home. Wow, that's a weird combination.
Check this out to completely change the subject. The 3 biggest funeral homes in the area just got bought by one company out of Kentucky.
That's not good.
Craziness.
See, this is the thing, is that with the benefits of globalization come the evils of globalization. And now you can buy whatever you want and have it delivered to your door within 24 hours. Yeah. Like magic. It is sorcery, right? And in turn,
I clicked the button and it showed up.
Well, remember, there was a huge
like magic.
It is. Like, think about it. Like, the whole idea behind the transporter in Star Trek was like, it's magical that it could just be one place and then it's there. So it's like that speed gives you that illusion of satisfaction and feeling joy, which is completely false and completely addictive, of course.
Serotonin.
What was the one thing they were saying? There was like an Alzheimer's medicine that they're like, oh yeah, it completely does not work. And you're like, oh, this medicine, science, bitches.
You know what stops Alzheimer's? Video games.
I heard something about that.
There's a few things about that, even with regards to it's Alzheimer's, and then people with not Parkinson's. What was it? I think it was dementia, maybe. I don't know, but there was a few things where the hand-eye coordination developed through video game play was a huge benefit.
Just anything that keeps your brain, functioning and working and processing and your problem-solving skills. You could do puzzles. You fucking play chess, play video games, just anything that makes you think about stuff. It keeps your brain activated from just going into dormant, numb mode where nothing works and everything's gone. And
I think that's what I love about taking edibles is so I stopped. I quit smoking last Christmas. I regret it completely because I love smoking. It's one of the greatest things that mankind has ever created, and I hope if I live long enough, I'm going to take it up again.
Create it. We found it. We just made it better.
That's a good point, and shame on me. I should know that only God could be responsible. It was there for us.
Evolution made that shit.
Eat my ass.
Actually, do you know where capsaicin comes from? I know you know what it is.
I know what it is. Yeah, where does it come from? Like originally? No. Like what?
No. Why did plants develop it?
Oh, I'm not really sure. I know it's used to hold off elephants in for African tribes that are
I mean, why did the pepper plants develop capsaicin?
I'm gonna be embarrassed because I can't think of it, because I'm sure I've heard of it because I'm an idiot that way, but I don't know.
Because in primates, our stomach acids break down the seeds of the pepper. So, back when everybody was shitting on the ground, you eat the the vegetable or the berry, and you shit, and then the new bush grows there.
Right.
The seeds pass.
Right.
Primate stomach acid broke down the seeds, so they developed capsaicin to keep primates from eating them because it hurt. But birds would still eat them, and their stomach acid wasn't strong enough to break down the seed walls. So
instead of creating another evolution, it stopped there.
They developed that, so only the preferred species that they wanted to eat them would eat them and propagate the plant.
You know what? Interestingly enough, that does make sense because bird migration and the growth of vegetation are very, very correlated.
Yep.
Right? There are also migration patterns of deer, especially through North America. Deer, moose in the north that are huge, propagate like the huge amounts of vegetation have swayed. Like, especially in BC, I've never been to the West Coast. But even people say, like, when you go into the northern part of the province, it's trees that you're just going, yeah, I don't get, like I don't know if you guys have ever seen redwoods. I haven't. I've just seen pictures, but I'm like, yeah, that definitely. You look at it and you're like, that's gotta be fucking awesome. You know,
right?
Like,
You could stand there and go, I can see how nobody found Bigfoot.
Nice cock. Like, it's huge, right? It's just magical.
Good job, Earth.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Well, that's the weird part is, like, every day that you find out new shit is happening, you're like, I feel like that already existed and we probably forgot about it because we're stupid and we thought, science is better. No, nature is better. We're all stupid.
Did you watch the Ancient Apocalypse documentary?
I watched it. I convinced my wife to watch the first episode. She hated it. I loved it, but I did fall asleep for the last 5 minutes. So she's like, well, you fell asleep, so I shouldn't bother watching it. So now I'm trying to find the free time to watch the rest of the fucking thing. Sorry.
After you finish it.
Yeah.
What is that? That's not Randall Carlson. That's the other guy.
Who? Greg Hancock? Graham
Hancock.
Yeah.
There's a newer Joe Rogan podcast where it's Graham Hancock and the other guy.
The big
they
fat guy?
talk about everything in the thing. But watch it first and then go watch it because they explain all the shit.
Okay, yeah. No, that's fine.
So I fucked up. I fucked up and listened to the podcast first and then watched it, so I knew the end.
I just love learning about weird shit, and especially being Greek. Like, I've been to Greece multiple times. I've been to the Parthenon. It's very awe-inspiring. Every time I've been, I'm like, it's fucking awesome. You're just looking going, man, that's a fucking cool thing, man. Right, I don't know how they figured it out. It's fucking cool.
Watch it. Find the time.
I will. I enjoy that kind of knowledge, and I'm a firm believer.
And they're only like a half hour each,
which is fantastic, right? Like, yeah. But I'm a firm believer that we have forgotten more technology than we know now, 100%. Because the war against nature is, I get it, but it's so wrong. There was a middle ground that could have been met, and we could have had the best of both worlds, but somebody had to be a cunt. And it's just, that's not right.
Well, we do things the way we do things because of the ridiculous amount of overpopulation.
You know what? And that's why Greeks perfected anal for everyone, for the kindness of mankind. We gave you democracy, and then we told you how to fix it. God damn it.
You fix it with anal.
Right. You keep everything loving and underpopulated. It's perfect.
What are you eating? Whatever it was green.
100 milligram chew.
Oh God.
Well,
but he said he needs to relax.
It's all right. We'll be done with this like half hour before that kick in.
No. There's I've had 6 of them today. So.
Oh Jesus. Dino's been in his background all day.
Right.
Up there with Pesci.
There was a short time in the afternoon where I could see Jesus full out from my. What's up, bro? Bless me. It's all good. It's fine.
Is that why you
shit.
put Pesci in the background? Because he's
I was in
gone?
traffic. He drove right by me. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, maybe fill it up as you pass by, bro. Come on, don't leave me hanging.
You just look at your water bottle like, oh.
No, I'm saying fill up the gas tank at least. Like that's the new wine. Like, you know,
Nectar of the gods.
yeah, fill up my gas tank, bro. That's justice.
Look,
That's
anybody who looked like Jesus in this day and age ain't got gas money.
I've made the joke a few times. If you like now, it really bothers me when I see people with tattoos on their face because I'm like, bro, when I was growing up, if you have tattoos on your face, that's a hard person. Okay, that's a hard guy.
Yeah,
That guy's done things, and
yeah.
he may not be okay with it. He may be too okay with it. You don't know,
Right.
You don't know.
right? That's an unknown, and you don't want to know. Just
Right.
don't know. And now you're
yeah,
like, hey, maybe he does CrossFit, and he's also a vegan chef. Well,
right.
that's
Who
not
knows?
a thing. That's not
Well,
a food thing. You're just a person.
To be fair, you could probably still tell the difference between those two. Because the one you'll cross the street to not have to walk on the same side of the sidewalk as, the other one won't shut the fuck up about CrossFit and veganism.
See, the best part about being 6'2" and a Big Mac away from 400 pounds is I find the most interesting people to talk to, and they always have stories. And nothing's going to happen because even if I didn't know how to fight, if I fall on you, you'll probably die. So it's a certain amount of safety.
Anyway, it's a what is it? It's a grenade to fall on.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
I'm
mutually
losing the
assured
fight.
destruction. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm losing the fight real bad. Hug, fall. Like let go at the last second.
Just like, yeah. And
Hiroshima too.
Yeah. And these hands are like a vice. Just like, oh, just hold on.
Where are you going?
Hey, go ahead and try, please. Go ahead.
No, we're gonna cuddle, baby. Come on. Love
And I'm
me.
the big spoon.
just laying there on top of him, like, you smell good.
You smell pretty like a lady.
What was that one TikTok for old Vine where it was like, do the Morgan Freeman voice, and he goes, I can smell you. I really didn't think it would come out that good.
Right.
That actually came out very good. It really did.
I can do old black guy.
Which is a talent. It's very, very good. I can do German's pretty good. My Greek immigrant voice is also fantastic, which is just modeled after my dad. So is that you understand the Greek man will always figure it out. He is smarter than the rest. It is not the same. We are different species, not like the honky. The honky, he goes in parties. He does not know.
Hey, who told him he could say honky?
That's the best part. I'm like, I get all the goodness of white privilege from the face and none of the guilt. I'm like, no, man, Greeks were slaves too. Fuck you. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Okay, I have no guilt whatsoever.
I think we actually had a conversation about that last night. No, Wednesday. Yeah,
That's why I brought it up.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's called continuity, Greg. We haven't had that before.
You're smart.
Conto, what? I don't follow foreign politics. That's...
Greg, did you see the headline today?
Which one?
Chris Cornell's still dead.
Oh, God damn it.
What?
That's also a continuity joke.
No, but you know what I did see today in the news?
Well,
Jay Leno got burned up.
yeah, one of his cars exploded.
Yeah, how about that shit?
You're gonna be all right though, right?
Yeah, from my understanding, they're giving him treatments and shit.
He got enough money.
Who gives you shit? He can put his brain into some sort of robot at this point. What the fuck do I care? Okay?
You think he wouldn't have by now, though?
Maybe he should be more careful. Okay.
He would put his brain in a car like Knight Rider, except it'd be one of those old Thunderbirds with the 6-foot hood.
Which one was the one where it had the goblin face? It wasn't What was it? It was
Maximum Overdrive.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And it was not a good movie, was it? I don't remember it being a good movie.
It was fucking amazing. The entire soundtrack was AC/DC.
I need to watch that again.
Right.
It is glorious cinema, solely for the fact that it is just ridiculous. It's like it is the equivalent of watching like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or Critters or Gremlins or those kind, or Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's like
what about Transylvania 65000? That was good. That was a fun one. That one. It was very comedic. It might have been Canadian. Maybe. There's a chance. Oh, I am way too high. Here's a question for you guys. When I smoke joints, I find that I become way too high and very useless. Whereas with edibles, I'm finding an uptick in my creativity, like just for the process to go through, but also I'm still productive. Not a lot, like I'm still fat and lazy, but like not a reduction in productivity. So, yeah. And I fucking go through these gummies like it's going out of style, like it's fucking Tic Tacs. Like when you get the orange Tic Tacs, where you're like, it's not fresh in my breath, it's just candy. I'm just
yeah. Right. That's why we don't buy. We just buy candy.
Right.
Yeah. Just make
like any given
peace
time
with it.
Any given time, we'll just roll up to your house and we'll just like pull up, like reach into coat pockets and pull out like 1 liters of pop and fucking full bags of candy. Just like, oh, you brought shit to share. No, this is mine. Fuck you. You should have texted me you wanted something. I was there. Like,
right.
I remember every time I would visit people, like friends at their job, like I'd be like, yo, I'll bring coffee. Like I can bring a bucket, like for if you got other people there or whatever, right? Like, and then people were like, why would you do that? I'm like, because I'm not an asshole. Like, it's a perfect excuse for everyone to have a kind of 5-minute break instead of, and the boss can't say shit because somebody else is there.
Right. And because you offered him coffee.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm giving him coffee too. Don't be a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Right.
I had one boss do that. I'm like, man, you just hate your employees, don't you? And he was like, oh, fuck you, man. I'm like, yeah, I eat my dick. I don't work here. Fuck you.
Right. I'm gonna treat your friend like shit. He's not gonna give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm also 6'2" and 400 pounds. Make me leave, bitch. I'll beat up all your employees. I don't give a shit.
Like,
except that one.
I will lay on the floor and not move.
Yeah, right. You just have to put pylons around me. You can put the tape.
It's gonna take all the firefighters to get me out of here.
Oh, it would too, man.
The Mounties will have to bring the draft horses.
Right. That's why I said I'll just lay on the floor. Fucking make me leave.
It's like trying to get a fridge to go with you.
I remember telling the joke how like there's an experiment you're supposed to do is if you live in an apartment with someone, you should go dead weight on your bed and have them try and drag you to the door.
Okay.
And I realized in that moment that if anything happens, I'm going to die in my apartment. Like
you are.
And my ex-wife, she was at Amazon, man. She was like 5'11" and she was hefty, had massive cans. And she could not move me an inch. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm just gonna die. That's good to know. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I'm pretty strong. I don't think I can get him out the door.
No,
yeah,
you're safe.
Right.
I can get your scrawny ass out the door.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm like, I have a multiple fucking carbon monoxide warning, just in case.
Well, I mean,
if it goes off, we all deserve to die. It's fine. God willed it. It's fine.
That fucking thing goes off every time you have chili.
Actually, you know what? I had broccoli and steak the other day, and it was a good steak too, but I didn't eat a lot, but then I ate more broccoli, and the farts, holy shit. I thought I shit my pants at one point. I didn't, but I thought I did. It was too hot. It was too hot, the fart, you know? Tell me when you get those?
Tell me if this happens to you. You sneeze, and then you accidentally fart at the same time.
Absolutely. And the worst part is you get a little indigestion when it happens, like a vacuum.
No, the worst part is the fart comes out at the same velocity as the sneeze. So your asshole goes, ah!
Those are the times when you have to actually not just engage your butthole, but the full ass.
Yeah.
Keeping things in wrap because you're going, listen, there has to be an outside perimeter because there
right?
may
Like
be
we have to
danger,
close the
you know?
gates and then the fucking valves shut.
Yeah, you
And
know,
then we do the sneeze. But sometimes they sneak up on you and you're just like, oh my God, why?
oh yeah. There's been actually a couple times where I had this debate with Atlas, so Atlas is still coming from California for the shows on Friday and Saturday. Just an FYI to everybody for next week. So they are going to be doing some filming and stuff, and I'm going to be remote on StreamYard because that's just as cool. Fuck my life.
I'm not going to be available in the slightest. Where I'll be, my phone won't even barely work.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out. But yeah,
it just won't work. They have satellite internet and everything's on it. It doesn't work where the fuck.
Man, I remember no internet. It was I'm not sure if it was better, but it definitely wasn't worse. You know? Like, well, I remember using a library, right? And I had I had an Encyclopedia Britannica at home. Like, my dad was big on knowledge. It was an important thing, so we did invest in that kind of stuff. But also, I was a lazy fat piece of shit. So
not much has changed.
I feel like I've gotten better looking with age, just the beard and everything.
It's fatter.
I am fat. Well, now I've lost weight, and yeah, I have a new bit about it. I think it's gonna do. You would have heard it if I arrived, but now.
No, I wouldn't have. I'd have seen it later in playback.
I would have hunted you down and just whispered it in your ear.
You're coming to Alabama?
He would have made.
I do have a couple of people I know that are in Alabama. Actually,
where at? Watch it be my little brother.
I don't think they're the right same complexion as you, my friend.
Nah.
They're
other family.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the other side. Yeah, no, they're comedians that.
Way to be racist, Dino.
This is the worst part.
He was trying not to be. We just,
I remember in the 90s, like, racism was almost done with. Like, we're like, okay, we're good. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
Still sexist, very sexist.
Yeah.
But racism was done. And then it was like, oh no, it's back. And I was like, oh,
it never went away.
I was okay with the sexism. That was good.
It never went away. They were like the Empire in Star Wars. We got beat. We're going to go over here and stew about it for a while. And then we'll be back.
And this is why I really feel like we should maintain that pretty people should be the only ones on TV, not the uggos. We should just keep uggos. They have a weird agenda. It's confusing. I don't like it.
I'm watching 3 ugly people on a TV right now, and guess what? It's us. So,
and we have a weird agenda. We want to make you laugh in a very creepy way. Think about it.
Especially Scotty.
Get in the van.
And he ain't got no candy either. It's bullshit.
Puppy's dead. Bike got flat tires.
Right. It's all black licorice. All the candy has is black licorice.
And I already ate half of it, and I slobbered up the end.
No.
On all the pieces.
Every one of them.
Yeah. He bit it into smaller pieces. And spit it out.
Hey, Marco.
Hey.
Marco's here?
Yeah. He just said, hey.
What? What's happening, Marco?
Oh,
what
he's here.
What the fuck is up?
What up?
Greg, I think this one might be longer than an hour.
Straight from,
the
fucking toilet.
Why were you?
Well, we already do that.
Yeah.
We've known that for fucking years.
You piece of shit.
Nah, dude, I've had the shits for the past 5 fucking days. Oh my god.
It looks like you have like an Afghanistan filter on your camera. What's wrong with you? What's going on there?
Dude, that's I done shit so much I done turned sand people.
What the fuck is going on?
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is absolutely why we can't have nice things. That's 100%. I was really looking forward to coming down there, and I'm very angered with it. But you know,
wow, what's going on?
He ain't coming.
No, I can't come.
He said he don't like you.
So
you're a shitty person.
So when I bought the tickets in October, the border was open. There were no restrictions. It was more so be cognizant of COVID, but nobody gives a shit. No checks, no balances, no nothing. So now Canadian side is okay. They'll let me back in, but the US side is like, you have to show proof of vaccination. And I'm like, I don't have it. So And they're like, if you want to, you have to have 14 days from when you got it. So it's like, I can't, there's no way I can do it even if I wanted to, but I don't want to either. So
not
I
even
mean,
if you get like a test before you leave.
no,
you can't just make a fake one.
No. And I was going to, and I said, you know what? The problem is this, is if the fake one that I have, if I use it and they do scan it, then I'm getting in trouble and that person's getting in trouble. That's not fair.
Fuck
And then
that person.
No, but I
Just
know
you.
I know them.
So you're gonna narc, is what you're saying.
And that's why I'm like, I'm not willing to narc on the guy, right? So
Well, then don't take your punishment. You got caught with fake shit. You knew what you
yeah,
was
no,
doing.
I totally would. But if they scan it, his stuff is gonna come up. It's not.
No,
on
I mean
me.
just straight fake one. Like nobody's scanning that shit.
They're gonna look at
You
you and
pull
be
it
like, "You're not 5'2" and your name ain't Felipe."
Well, this is so up until October.
They might be Felipe.
Well, no, up until October, you could get an exemption that was just written by your doctor. But now in November, they've changed it. So if you want an exemption, you have to have a history of myocarditis and you have to have had a reaction with your first dose. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So nothing that I can just say, oh, yeah, just eat my shit and die. So. Yeah.
Well, that fucking sucks. That's like a gay squirrel right there.
Well, so Atlas is still coming though, so we are still going to be doing stuff. We're going to try and figure out even to do it remotely and stuff, just using cell phones and stuff. But we'll try. And
that fucking sucks, dude. Damn it.
I'm 100% on you. I agree.
It's Mark. Your background's fucking you all up, Mark.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I added new lights and shit, so now it's the adjustments is different for everything. So now I got like this.
You look like an Indian.
You look like you have my hairline.
Yeah, I got. I'm dot, not
dot.
slot.
Or he's trying to be like a warrior back in the day with the wrestling mask and shit.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Here. Let's do it this way.
I never realized how full of shit the Ultimate Warrior was until I saw videos.
The downfall of the Ultimate Warrior.
He's insane, and I'm like,
absolutely,
man. But he could hype you up, bro.
Oh yeah.
You were like, Hulk Hogan's gonna die, man. He's gonna die
from parts unknown.
Yeah. And then you hear it now, you're like, I may have been retarded as a kid. There's I watched.
It was real back then. Nobody knew.
Well, that's the thing is, there's real, and then there's scripted. But it's like, look, man, people are still getting hurt. People are like, it's still a sport. Yeah. Right, like it's more of a
it's soap opera.
Cirque du Soleil, you know, like it's a theatrical performance. But man, like remember Mankind getting thrown through the ropes? You're man, that guy got hurt bad.
Dude, I remember
he really did.
Real deal Mick Foley in the Japanese death matches.
Yeah. Him and Chainsaw Charlie with Terry Funk. That was it.
Yeah.
They
beat each other with big fucking fluorescent light bulbs and shit.
Dude, they used to have landmines in the ring.
Yeah,
that's when wrestling was real. That's our 90s wrestling. There was no room for racism. You just fucked a motherfucker up.
Every time.
Let's be honest though, that was not healthy. That was not good for
What wasn't healthy is when New Jack came down with a staple gun on that fucking young kid's forehead. Remember that shit? ECW?
Did you remember? No, you remember New Jack and that 80-year-old guy?
I remember New Jack just coming down with a garbage can full of shit and just beating on people like they stole his meth.
Yeah, nobody wanted to fuck with New Jack.
And he was just some black dude that they fucking looked like they pulled out the projects. He was like, here, throw this tights on. We're gonna give you $5.
He didn't even wear tights. He was in jeans and like a fucking undershirt and a t-shirt. And he just beat the shit out of people. He wore mechanic gloves and shit. Like you just fuck people up.
Who was the other idiot? That was the Sandman.
Yeah.
Who pulled the fucking? He like took Stone Cold shit for it. Like he drink it and just smash it on his head. Yeah, give yourself a fucking concussion before the match.
That guy would take acid before he went to the ring.
That dude would take more than acid before he went into the ring.
He would he'd be tweaking when he went to the ring. And he'd walk out there with that beer and a cigarette and a kendo stick and chug the beer and then just start beating motherfuckers with the stick. And
that was cool, but he beat himself for the first 20 minutes with it, though. He'd take a can to his head. He's smacking himself with the kendo stick. Ah! And he had like the Americana fucking MC Hammer pants on.
Yeah. Zumbas or whatever they were.
Zumbas.
One way or another, Marco, he was going to have an erection. So he was just going for it. That's what the guy was doing, right?
That dude was fucked up.
My favorites though were the original Van Damme and Sabu, dude. Those fuckers used to put on a show. Van Damme and Sabu would be the blood that would be in the fucking rings, man. It was just phenomenal.
Yeah. My favorite was always Rhino. Because I would just let you just appear in the ring and gore somebody and be gone.
And it's gone. Just gone.
Right? I watched him hit a dude one time and the dude did 2 flips in the air before he came down. Like you can't like fake that. Like that dude had to hit you that hard to make you flip through the fucking air a couple times.
Goldberg did that to a dude, made him stutter. Like I remember Goldberg hit the dude in the
Guy, people get hurt, man, all the time.
Oh,
like it's that's why like it bothers me when people are like, oh, it's fake. You're like, no, it being scripted and it being fake are not
two
the
completely
same
different
thing,
things.
you know?
Yeah, the drama might be one thing, but that nigga really flipped in the air and jumped on the chair on your face.
Yeah, and you know what?
Like, I don't care who says what. A dude Dino's size picks you up over his head and throws you out of the ring. That's like already 4 foot off the ground.
Yeah.
And you land on a pad this thick on concrete. It fucking.
Or you don't hit that pad. You hit the little metal rail.
Or the ramp that's made of aluminum and it's grated.
Just me falling onto you. Say you're in the corner and I just buff into you. You're like, guy, that's a lot of impact. Like, I am a big guy, and I'm a thick, meaty man. Like,
you have to remember though.
It's not.
Remember though, the other guy is probably about your size too.
No, if it's a Saturday, it's not. If it's a Saturday, he's my size fighting against Dino.
Not in normal circles, though. Remember, like when you go to a certain point, like for wrestlers, I'm small. Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm just shy of 6'2".
You're average. You're average.
Would it be? Because I thought they were more around the 6'4", 6'6". A lot of the guys from when I was, I think now they're getting smaller though.
Dino walk in like
there's a lot smaller guys, but they inflated everything.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
what?
Hogan,
Men lie about certain distances? I don't believe it, sir. I believe every man tells an honest measurement 100% of the time.
That is 7 inches.
Guy, I have a close friend who keeps on sending me stuff where people are like, yeah, 3 inches is enough. And then it's followed with, whoa, we're halfway there. I'm like, why? Why do you keep sending me these, man? Like, it's so funny. It's just fucking.
Marco's got his chicken.
Well, Marco loves to play with his cock.
Got my cock out.
As one does. Listen, it's Friday night.
Surprised you're on the internet,
right?
As God intended, with your cock out.
Oh, look! I didn't know my cock made a noise.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Now that's all we're going to hear throughout the rest of the show.
At least it's not one of the screaming ones.
Also,
my cock's an American. It don't scream. It yells, "America!"
Could you imagine if you?
I feel so bad that you're not actually white.
Controversial.
You deserve it so much more than I do.
I'm Puerto Rican. I'm the other white meat.
Oh, I don't think that.
I told that to people on stage, dude.
I know, like 8 of them left when you walked in. I was there. This cat walks in the door, and these motherfuckers went, "He's doing comedy? We're out." And like 8 motherfuckers left.
Eastside Civics, they fucking hate me.
Oh, okay. I just assumed was it racial or was it because it was Marco? Because it was Marco sounds more accurate.
Both.
Both. One was probably racist. The rest were probably
the reason is because of Marco,
right.
But the racism came afterwards because it's Marco.
Right.
or was justified by Marco. Yeah, I could see that.
But because they took the Mandingo sign down.
Who took what?
They had a fucking Mandingo sign. It said Mandingo parking. It was a metal sign that was over a booth in this bar. And like the one day I went there and you know, like I said, the barmaids and shit, they fucking hate me there. So they started saying something. I was like, you got a lot of nerve to be talking shit to me when you got a fucking booth full of black people with Mandingo parking right over it. Next week it was gone.
Guaranteed the people sitting in that booth never looked up at the wall.
Nope, they didn't. I'm the one who pointed it out. They wanted to be a dick. I was like, I'll show you what a dickhead is. I was like, we're above you.
I am not surprised in the slightest that you pointed it out.
Fucking A.
That's it though. That's like the one thing that just reminds me that God has abandoned us is the fact that Marco is too smart to be held in place.
Yeah.
You know? He's too crafty, so you're like, he's a dick, but he's right. Shit, you know? It's endearing.
Asshole.
It is endearing.
Damn it.
That's kind of our shtick.
Yeah,
like all of us. We're all just complete assholes, but we're not wrong all that often.
No.
See, and that's
where
Scotty,
I'm like, believe it or not, is my fact checker. So nobody realizes I actually
I'm
have
smarter
a fact
than Marco.
Yeah. So if I even have the slightest bit of doubt on anything I say, I'll fucking say, Scotty. That's all I got to do is type Scotty in my fucking thing, and Scotty will come back. If I'm wrong, he'll let me know I'm wrong.
But that's not unreasonable. See, that's the whole idea of community, right? And we've had that discussion before, Marco, was the idea that not having a friend to say your stupid idea to and him say, hey, never say that again because you're too stupid.
Right.
You know, you not being able to have that experience. Like how many people do you know that don't have friends that they've had these friends for more than 6 months? And you're like, how do you live without new friends every 6 months? Are you fucking crazy?
I know these two motherfuckers for 20 years.
Oh God. And but that's the thing is I have a couple friends that I've known since I was 11 years old. And I'm like, okay. And then I have family and relatives that I've known since I was younger and stuff but it's like, okay, other friends that I've known since I was grade 2, 7 years old, right? Who I'm still friends with now. And you're going, yeah, that's a huge deal to have that connection with people, but it's important. So people who can't maintain that, you're like, hey, you might be the
nobody else wants us. we got our
we're
group
the bastard
of people.
Children.
We're actually our moniker for the longest time was the infected. So we are the infected.
Paying for penicillin once, and you're like, listen, not twice. That's just shame on you. It's not fair. It's not nice.
So you get it online, man. You buy it in bulk.
Well, it is fucked up how we are three of the biggest assholes, and we've all somehow became friends, and we're not really assholes to each other.
Oh no, we're assholes to each other.
No, we are assholes to each other.
Well, no, but that's the thing though. Like, if I didn't know Dino and I talked to him and just randomly in public, like I talk to you guys, I'm an asshole. To you guys, not an asshole. It's just how we are together, right?
But we still take it to extremes at times.
But it's always funny,
right?
Well, and if anybody else said it,
that's the best part of being an asshole. It's funny.
Well, that's what I mean. It's hysterical. But if anybody else said it to us, we'd all turn and be like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Right.
Like,
I will give it to Scotty. He's the only man that I ever have known to be able to barf at fucking 6 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning, and then around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, find that still pile of barf and sit right in it.
Why?
He didn't. I don't think he meant to, but we were at a concert.
We went to Mayhem Fest, which is like basically.
It's like Rock on the Ring. It's just a big music festival. Right. It was like 5 stages. It was at this place where the main stage was at the bottom of this big ass hill, and then like all the other stages were around the back side of the hill. So like the main stage would play, and then you'd go up over the top of the other side of the hill and watch another stage play.
Right.
I was shit faced drunk when we showed up. I mean,
when we hit the parking lot, jumped out of the car and said, "I'm going to find my friends," and we're in the middle of like nowhere. And
5-finger death punch. Remember the first?
No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
We ain't there yet.
I just dipped.
Right.
Remember we was in. What was it? Is your van, right?
Right. It was
Marco's van. And then we were making. He put up the handicap parking plaque so we could park.
Fucking right.
Front.
Right.
And he goes, "One of us got a handicap," and I was so drunk I just fell out the van.
Right.
And Marco went, "Good job, Scotty."
And in one stride from the ground to his feet said, "I'm gone." and took off out in the parking lot. And we didn't see this cat for like 2-3 hours.
So, I found my friends. Got more drunk.
And we're standing there watching this band, and next thing I know, there was an arm around me, and I look over, and the dude that I was standing there with, I think was Nathan.
Yeah.
And he was standing like on the other side of this dude. I'm like, what the fuck? I look over, and it's Scotty. He just like out of nowhere, drunker and shit, can't walk, can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Found us standing in the middle of this big fucking crowd. It was crazy.
I mean, every bit 50,000 people.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. And I just found them. Like, hey, what's up?
Right.
And I was the last one in the 5-finger death punch pit. That was the shit right there.
Do you guys think that is somehow related to being friends with people? Because I've had similar experiences where
100%.
you gravitate toward, like,
it happens to us too often.
Right.
Do you
like,
think
we'll all show up a place and then we'll just be like, we just all migrate to the same area?
Right.
So now here's the question though. Do you think it's knowing how each other would think, or is it the actual
it's innate. It's some innate blue thing, because I literally couldn't function. I don't know why the fuck they even let me in the door.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I walked
we had the
out.
handicap sticker, that's why.
Point, though.
No,
oh, that's good.
because I wasn't with you when I walked in. I was by myself when I walked in, because the people
Yeah.
I went to see stayed out in the parking lot.
Right.
I walked up to that gate, that fucking drunk, with a ticket in my hand, handed it to the guy, and he went, bloop, doop, patted me down, and went, have a good show. And I went inside. And
he went,
all I remember one thing about walking into that place. I stopped and I looked at just the enormity of it and went, fuck. And my eyes rolled into my head. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting on top of this fucking hill, barfing.
I feel like that would also be like one of those from The Hangover, when the math starts appearing. It's like your eyes roll back, the math happens. Like, found them.
The eyes rolled back because I blacked out.
Yes.
I have no idea how I found anybody. No idea. I just remember being somewhat coherent after I puked, and then the hill thing happened with you assholes elbow dropping me.
Oh, that was fucking great.
That was towards the end of the day.
No, that was earlier.
Yeah,
that was right after he found us at the 5-finger death punch, because we were going up the hill to go on the other side to watch Slipknot. And there was like 2 people in front of him, and it was him, and then it was like me, and then somebody else behind me. I think, again, Nathan, I think.
Yeah.
And he hit the ground, and he was like laying on the side of this hill with his feet like up towards the top. There had to be 10,000 people on the side of this hill. I come running up. I ran up the hill and come back down with an elbow right across his fucking chest. Jumped up, and as soon as I did it, I jumped up and looked up, and here comes Nathan. He's running up the hill to do the same thing. Well, Margot turns around and sees it. So here he comes flying down the hill. He comes to, we both, all 3 of us dropped like 6 elbows on this cat. And then I looked around, and all these people are like, holy shit, they're like killing this dude. I'm like, oh fuck, let me get him off the ground, right? I reached down, I'm like, hey man. He looks up at me, he's like, what's up? Puts his hands up, and I pick him up off the ground. I'm like, let's go, dude. We gotta go up the hill. Up the hill we went, and
that's what jump started me back up.
Right.
Because I was blacked the fuck out until then.
Clear.
I seriously, I just remember opening my eyes and Greg standing over me with his hand out, and I was like, oh, I fell down.
Yeah.
He just picked me up.
So
excuse me, kind sir, I must have misstepped and lost my way. So convenient of you to locate me at this point in time.
So after that, we get to the top of the hill, and that's where he ended up puking. All right. So a couple hours later,
we were watching Mastodon when I puked.
All right. So a couple hours later, he sobered up a little bit. We go back to the top of the hill to watch another band,
Dragon Force.
Right. And we get to the top of the hill. He flops down, and he's sitting there talking. He's like, "Shit." I said, "What?" He's like, "I think I sat and puked." Look down.
That was the same puke, dude.
He looked down. He's like, I think I sat in my own puke. I'm like, dude, it's been like 6 hours. How the fuck you find that spot? Ain't no way. He's like, dude, I'm telling you, it had code red, and that shit is red.
They had.
They were doing big shots chunks everywhere, dude.
They were doing shots of Crown. Okay, let me tell you what I drank.
Are we going? Is this a record evening, or what are we?
Oh
Not
no,
even
no,
close.
not even fucking. Not
So
even
just a
Not
bad
even.
situation. All right.
No,
let's do
this started, Dino, at 9 in the morning.
Right.
Oh, it's before that. We were on the road by 9, dude.
like a good Christian. I like it.
Actually, yeah, Marco's right. Like this, it
Yeah,
was
'cause-
summertime and the sun had come up a half hour earlier.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember
But I
Scotty
know
comes
that
out
drink.
with this big bottle of vodka, this bounceable bottle of vodka. So we stopped at his house. He's like, "I'm ready."
Right? And then,
Side note,
and then I went,
side
well,
note,
well,
I make a drink with 1 part OJ, 1 part cranberry juice, and 1 part a specific vodka. It goes down so smooth, but with a good breakfast, it will fucking change your life. Not for the better. Not for the better. It's definitely worse. But
do I look like the kind of guy who does that, Dino?
trust me, if I can,
Yeah.
it would be awesome.
Nowadays, yeah, probably. But back in what, 2008?
And no hangover, and you don't piss as much because of the cranberry juice. It's good. Trust me.
Oh no, he wasn't pissing too much of nothing. Scotty
It was
was in
all
the
coming
back
out
with
the
that
other end.
bouncy.
No, dude, like I didn't want to take the whole handle of vodka. So I had a half a gallon of iced tea. So I drank like 3/4 of the fucking half gallon and then filled it up with vodka. And then went, oh, there's
It was
still
one of them
vodka.
cheap iced teas too, the one with like
Yeah,
the milk gallon jug.
Like the
Yeah.
bottle of vodka and the
Oh.
iced tea cost me about $5.
Hold on. The vodka and
the iced tea.
Yeah.
And the iced tea
Cost you
was probably
$5.
99 cents.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing is in Canada, that's probably kerosene. Like there's no
Hey, guess what?
I'm
In
not sure what the
America-
vodka would be. I'm saying like the tea would be
tea
kerosene.
Let me tell you.
The
Let me
vodka
tell you.
definitely moonshine. But yes.
Let me tell you. In America, they're both kerosene. Like I would have been better off getting a couple Four Locos. Like,
Right.
Oh,
so anyhow,
that's not.
Oh,
That's a lateral move, man. That's a lateral. You can't.
so
And look-
anyway,
And then the fucker got me so drunk that in the middle of the ride, I was like, Nathan, take the wheel. And so I get in the back with Scotty. I don't even know Nathan from Adam. This fucker's like doing 90 down some back road. Me and
What?
Scotty are in the back.
now mind you, before we left, I went, "Ooh, this handle still has some in it." Chug, 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 chug. Hey, Mark, here. And he went, "Cool, chug. Huh, that's gasoline," and handed it back. And then I finished it, and then we got in the van with my half a gallon of vodka.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
That was the pregame right there.
And we're
Right.
smoking and drinking the whole way up. Like I was trying to at least hide it a little bit, dude. Like there's cats in the
He
third
wasn't
row.
hiding shit.
Yeah,
No,
Scotty's
no,
trying
I
to
mean,
hide it.
He was trying, but it was not working.
Yeah,
Not at
like
all.
I mean, I put the booze in something else.
Right.
At least there's dudes in the third row drinking Tall Boys of Budweiser.
Right.
Like, we're just going down the road.
To be young and dumb.
Hold on.
Right.
I have to ask though. How long ago was this event?
2000
Yeah, I would say
2008,
2007.
2007.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Fuck. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay.
Right, right.
That's
I was,
totally
I was
reasonable.
like,
This was last weekend.
That's when it's gonna be like, oh, guys, you
All right,
guys.
I'm
come on.
not done yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that's the beginning of the day, man.
Right, that was
Right?
Hold
I
on.
drank.
that's still like at
We
what
had-
time are we at?
We're at 8 in the morning.
Oh,
at
this
this
is like
point.
the start of the.
Yeah, we hadn't gotten the van yet
right.
when we killed the rest of the handle, and I had my jug. We get in the van. We're all smoking the whole way. We all have our drinks. That fucking half gallon between me and him was gone when we got there. I ran out into the parking lot because the dude who lived next door to me and his brother were coming.
That's
but they
when he
didn't.
that's when he disappeared.
That's
in the
when I
parking lot.
disappeared into the parking lot.
Right.
And they didn't have the handicap pass like we did. So they were out in the actual parking lot, but they didn't drink the whole way up. We did. So I went and found them, and they were drinking Crown out of the bottle, and I fucking hate Crown. And I went, I need something to mix this with. And dude pops the trunk on his Cadillac
As one does.
and goes, I got a Solo Cup. Hands it to me. He goes, only thing I got is Code Red Mountain Dew that had been in there for like 3 days. So it was hotter than shit, flat, nasty.
Hey guys,
So-
I'll be right back.
It would be like separated into different colors. Like
So
they
anyway.
make red when you shake it.
Yeah. Right, it was like pink and clear. But so he pours like a heavy duty shot of Crown in his solo cup, and I pour a bunch of Mountain Dew in it and hit it, and I do that about till the bottle's gone, and between like 4 people, like a whole bottle of Crown, like, and then that's when I went inside and don't remember anything until the vomit. I got home the next day, and the next day I was home, and I call him, and I go, "Hey man, what the fuck happened at the concert?"
He was, yeah. No. I'm like, you don't remember? No, he was like, dude, he's like, I don't know what the fuck I did. My motherfucking chest hurts. And I was like, huh. That's
I go in the bathroom.
That's a good question.
I go in the bathroom, Dino, and I take off my shirt, and I have a bruise. Like where my hand, like to the point where like you couldn't really see this tattoo that well. Like it was purple. It was purple.
Like I don't think it's unjustified,
Then
but like not like totally justified.
And
Like it was
and I'm talking to him, and I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck happened?" He goes, "I don't know. You must have gotten a pit or something."
Right.
They didn't tell me for like months.
Like months, dude. And then finally, I was like, "Dude, you really don't remember what happened?"
I was like,
He's
"Fuck
like,
no!"
I was like, "Dude, we dropped like 6 elbows in the middle of it." And I had to tell him
how I got into that position was we were gonna walk up the hill to see the band on the main stage, and I got about halfway up the hill and just fell backwards and slid down to almost the bottom. And then they were like, "Ooh, dunk," and.
Right.
Which, yeah, like
didn't remember not a bit of it.
Not
you
a bit.
did deserve, but also not all. Like maybe just one. That would have been a reasonable.
No, 2. So I could have done it twice.
Yeah.
How about multiple, but only from one person?
Yeah, not like 24 in rapid succession. No, that's not excessive at all.
Right. I think if we would have kept going, security was definitely coming.
100%.
Because
100%.
People were 100%.
Which
oh my
sucks
God.
because I would have been like dead, woke up in an ambulance. The people who drove me here are arrested.
No, you would have came too when they were like kicking us out, and then you'd been running your mouth and got kicked out too, and we all would have just went home.
Yeah, it's valid.
Yeah.
We would have got arrested in the parking lot.
I feel like it would have been even funnier though if you were in an ambulance and they were getting arrested. You're like, no, those are my friends. They need to come with me. Why are you arresting my? I think that would have like rounded out the real experience.
Yeah.
And the stories good from every perspective. That's a movie like from Quentin Tarantino. All the different perspectives of the ridiculousness, and finally ending in you stealing an ambulance off into the sunset. Obviously, I would assume the EMTs get thrown out the back. That makes the most sense.
Right. So I think we found our first full cartoon idea.
Oh God! Can you make the cartoons drop elbows?
Who's doing the cartoons, and how can I help? Because I love it.
Greg does.
What can I do?
We just do our voices.
Right.
Because I can do more voices. I do a very good Sean Connery. So I do, and I can do most. I can do any accent, lots of sounds, lots of things. I'm happy to help because those
I
look
would
like
definitely keep that in mind for sure. Because the more people I can get on board, like the what we're using right now is just like the cheap version of being able to do it. There's another version of it that I want to buy, which would be more precise. We can do more stuff, you know what I mean? But I'm really not going to do it until more people start getting involved, which we're starting to. So I think we're going to step it up a level and do it a little bit better than what I've been doing, actually.
I have the complexity of the program, may I ask?
It's hit or miss. It's kind of, you know what I mean? If you can get it and get on board, like I'll give you more info on it once. But
it's fine.
On it, it's really actually pretty. Once you get the basis of it, it's real easy to use.
Like I'm functionally retarded, not full retarded. So like I'm not like I can read full sentences, even like complex words.
Right. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's pretty easy to use. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
still
let's
learning
fucking.
myself.
It's like all like drop down menus and text entering, right?
Basically, yeah. You only have so many like actions you can do.
Sure, that's fine.
You know what I mean? That's why I said, once
Like
we do
they're
the
all
step
preset,
up,
so it's
that's
like
fine.
you gotta.
like
Is it the dialogue is just pre-recorded? That I noticed, like you could just put the audio over it, right?
Well, basically, everything, like all the scripts and everything else are all written. You know what I mean? When I write them, basically I could do them with computerized voices. You know what I mean? So basically, what I'll do is just put in an idea of like, what I think should go here,
Cool.
and then I'll just let these guys play off of it, say however, whatever they want to say. You know what
Love
I
it.
mean? So it kind of works out.
Because I have
And the best part is we've known each other so long, we know how the person will say the thing they're supposed to say. So like, say I haven't recorded my parts and Marco's here doing his.
Yeah.
He knows how I'm going to say that thing already because we've known each other so long.
Right.
Like I know exactly how he'll respond to me saying something. So I know what emphasis to put on things talking.
Well, you know how to amp them up or bring them down too, right? Like exactly how to feed that.
Well, because when we record them, we won't be together.
Right. Yeah.
I'll just be here and he'd be like, "Oh, I got a part you got to record for this cartoon," and Marco hadn't done his shit yet, but I'll see the text that Greg has allotted for Marco, like whatever response roundaboutly,
and you'll know.
So I'll know how he's gonna say that, so I can respond to that
for sure.
How I would respond in real life.
Right.
Which like that's the one. It's like when you have the group of friends where as soon as you say something that you shouldn't have said, they're going to pounce on, and you're like, fucking assholes. I knew this was going to happen. And it's that kind of,
fun. You talking about our cartoons?
Yeah.
See? No, you know what's
look,
fun?
I was on the shitter.
No, you know what's fun? We've known each other so long that I can think of something to say and I will know what they're going to say in response, so I can have a joke set up for the ass end of it.
Right.
That I just fed them what I wanted, so they said the thing I wanted, so I can respond with the joke.
See, that's what I've been talking about with Atlas in the same way. Is like I love stand-up comedy. Don't get me wrong. And I'll be honest with you, I do have some pretty good bits, but at the same time, like I'm still getting better. But a conversation between a bunch of guys, I think it'd be fucking hilarious. And even I was talking
that's the whole premise of the SNG shows, man.
But I'm saying like if we could pull it off, also another reason why I'm pissed off that I can't make it is because if we could sit down and even do like we were going to record Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, just sketches in the hotel rooms, just figuring stuff out, recording stuff, options, just the whole time. No, but even still, like a poker game. Why? Why not? Just have fun. Poker game.
Right, yeah, because you're just chilling chilling with the camera going, and the best shit comes out when you're just talking. That's why we've just like the entire time all we do is we just sit and talk.
Yeah,
like it's just the conversations we would have without the cameras and the microphones and shit.
And that's
yeah.
I'm definitely.
Yeah. Paul gonna watch this and be mad as shit, Greg.
Wow.
Marco.
Are you serious?
Yep.
God damn it.
Oh, I should ask Dino if he'll do it. He'll probably do it.
Probably.
Gushers.
Oh shit, probably not.
What Gushers?
Like you shouldn't ask.
Yeah, the candy.
Yeah. What about
you eat them and they go pop in your mouth.
Sure.
I take one.
Okay.
And place it into your anus.
All right, wait a minute before you go into that.
What?
You have to explain the reason why this is a thing.
I'm Greek. I'm not that Greek.
Paul Goon was here last Friday, and he's like, I won't shop at a store that doesn't sell Gushers. And he's like, I love Gushers. And I'm like, you should take one and put it into your butthole.
No, yeah, you said that.
And so you should take one and put it into your butthole to see if you can taste it. And then, whether you can taste it or not, you should clench to see if you can feel the gush.
That's like a phantom gay.
You don't have taste buds. No, you don't have taste buds in your anus.
That's what I tried to explain to him, or you'd be tasting shit all the time.
You do have taste buds in your testicles.
I don't know. I've been
I'm not
with some
sure you can
females
access
that try to
them
cook and it tasted like shit all the time.
Wait a minute.
Were
What
they
you
white
say,
people?
Nino?
There are taste buds in your
Margo, shut the
testicles.
fuck up.
There are taste buds in your testicles, but I don't think you can taste such as like dipping your balls in soy sauce or something.
Wait a minute.
I believe it's on the inside.
Who
I think
said
we need
there's
to test
taste
this.
buds? Yes. I got a monster right
all
here.
right,
I'll
wait,
put my
wait.
balls out.
It's just,
Wait.
I'm just
Wait a
telling
minute.
you.
Not on the camera, Marco.
All right, listen. Just because you said that, I already know how this conversation's going to go. That whole conversation we had about, we know what each other's going to say. This is going to get real interesting. I'm just telling you now. I'm calling it.
What do I got here? Do I got Jack?
Look,
I got a
all I'm
monster
saying-
and I got Jack Daniels here. I'll dip my balls in it for posterity.
There you go. I told you.
Not on camera. This is a goddamn family show.
I got there like just before he said it. Like I was
Uh-huh.
like, really? You could predict it? I'm like, oh, he's gonna dip his balls in something right now. And he's like, I got Johnny Walker. I was like, he is okay. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm with you. Yeah,
100%.
No, that's fair.
I still
Yeah.
think somebody should just insert a single gusher into their.
Wait a minute.
See, I would say, why not give it a try?
Keep it low, Marco. Keep it low.
That's what I'm saying. I'm staying as low as possible.
He got to drink it afterwards, too.
But do you have like?
I'm not drinking out the cup.
But do you have? I don't think you could drink with your wiener though.
No. I'd be a bad.
I bet you
motherfucker if I
could. I
drink.
bet you could if you tried hard enough. Like if you practiced a lot and really learned how to work those muscles in your urethra.
Yeah, all I have is
It'd be
sticky,
like an
milky type
elephant.
balls right now.
Can you taste the Jack?
No, I didn't use Jack. I used Monster.
Oh, you dear.
I didn't dab any
Why do you
Jack.
hate yourself so much?
What do you mean? I wanted to test the fucking
Hey,
theory.
no,
I didn't
no.
taste it.
Dipping your
All right.
balls in Monster is a war crime in
I
at
gotta
least
wait a minute. I
at
gotta have
least
a baby wipe
2
or something on
continents.
here. Wait a minute.
100%.
Dude, that's nothing.
Listen, Margo, dude, we're going to get a message from tomorrow. I think my balls are swelled up, man.
Like I just beat one out and I
Hey,
killed
hold
the
on.
dog.
Make
I
sure
got
you-
that valve on the side of the
Hey.
satanic monster symbol on the side of my
Make
sack.
sure you didn't scratch your balls any extra, because Monster may not be the most clean to rub into your blood. You know, Just-
Right.
I got
Dino's
baby
like-
wipes here.
Dino's like, I'm so glad I'm not going to Ohio now.
I really
All right,
feel
so
like
we
you would have
wait a
tried to.
minute. So
You would have tried to been like my
scientifically-
balls out all show. What?
Scientifically, we know you cannot taste monster off your own balls unless you're licking it yourself.
Well, scientifically, we know
paper.
that you can't. We know that you
Ooh.
can't. That's,
Great.
Okay, well, then start dipping there, Nuggy.
I do not drink Monster energy drinks, sir.
You,
Okay, I do not.
you don't have to drink it to just buy one to put your ball sack in.
Yeah, I had a cup sitting next to me. I ain't gonna waste my full monster. Fuck.
I feel like I would
He
have
put
to
his
tell
balls in that
cashier,
can.
though. I'm not buying this to drink it. I'm buying it for science.
Science.
What kind of science are you doing today, sir? I'm gonna dip my testicles in this.
I'm going to put my balls in it.
It's common knowledge that there are taste buds in a person's testicles.
Well, I
So-
didn't taste shit, and I didn't taste monster either, and I just did both.
No, you know what the best part about that story is? I was grocery shopping. Like the show happened on a Friday. I was grocery shopping
No,
that
Sunday, I think. Yeah.
Sunday, and I was at Walmart and there was a 20-pack of Gushers, and I took a picture of it and I sent it to Greg and I said, "For the butthole." And he goes, "Send this to Paul," and I went on it and I sent it to Paul, and I went, "For your butthole," and he sends me back. He goes, "Bro, I just bought a pack of these, but for my mouth hole." You just need one, Paul. Just one. For science.
Yeah, if I could, if I roasted my balls over a fucking propane torch, he could stick a gusher in his butthole.
I just
me
feel
and you,
like
me and you are willing to do a lot more than most people, Marco.
okay, but this is the thing: is a gusher.
Yeah.
I don't feel is something that is good to consume. Like recently they found out how Skittles are not food.
No.
Duh.
Yeah. So Skittles are not actually food. They are it's all chemicals. It's just all shenanigans. It's nothing. It's not real food.
When was the last time you ate a Mickey anything?
Them things are good.
No, man. There's a difference in like Oreos
good,
are
Jennifer.
vegan because as well they are not based on any real food products. Like they're based on oils and stuff like that. So same thing. But the principle is that some foods are bland and or not seasoned and or filled with hormones and things like that. But it's a whole other level when we're talking about this is just not, it's just flavors. It's like eating perfume. It's not a thing.
Look, we've all been some places we don't want to talk about, and we've eaten some perfume.
Yeah,
we were there.
Yeah. And it wasn't the best tasting perfume either.
No, it was like $2.50 in the bathroom. You just
The more urban persuasions, it ain't even perfume. It's like Tussie. The cheap, it's the cheap fucking deodorant. Tussie, the powder.
Like, I know I'm the weird one here, and you guys are all the perverts, but still, it's funny to me that I'm like, I wonder what would have happened if like you guys had like got married out of high school and like had a normal job and
with each other.
Maybe, I don't know, but still, like I just wonder what the opposite would be, and if you'd end up being the same person. It's a good question when you think about it.
Well, once upon a time, Scotty was a borderline satanic, covered in tattooed metalhead that didn't give two fucks, and now he's pretty much the voice of reason. I went from kind of
like today.
I went from fucking kind of hood thug to like white boy metalhead. Greg has always been a motorhead, so I mean,
I don't see you having changed at all in those descriptions. Those are exactly how you're perceived, just to be clear.
Me and Greg's pretty well the same.
Yeah.
Well,
Scotty and I have evolved.
Within reason.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Scotty have went salsa dancing with each other.
See, this is the thing. I was raised that like because I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, right? So no tattoos, no scars, because it actually says that in the Bible, right? So
me too.
Really?
No. Catholic.
How do you not get a scar? What if you fall down when you're a kid? Boom.
Oh no. Scarring as in
get a new one.
No.
Jehovah
you know
says,
how?
Fuck you.
No. You know how like certain tribes will scar themselves as markers to commemorate puberty or rite of passage. Those kind of scars.
People.
Well, also too, there are some people who I went to school with a guy who had they were like little scars that puffed out, and it was like a lion's head. It actually looked really fucking cool. But he had dreads, and he had the
like
best
university
weed.
Symbols and shit.
No. He was just he was a dangerous person. That was little, very small, but dangerous, very fast too. Played basketball, really fast guy.
They're fast.
See, that's the thing is, I fought one guy. The one time where I almost lost, and it was 1-on-1, was a guy who was just so fast. I just couldn't get my hands on him. And then no, he grabbed me, and I was like, ha! And then I just used him like the Hulk does Loki, and just bang, bang. And he was like, "Oh, please stop!" And I'm like, "That was fun. You almost got me though, real close."
Stupid. You got King Kong on the ropes, and you go give him a hug. What the fuck?
Right.
It was. He grabbed my arm, and I was like, "No, guy," because I'm the size that I can pick up a motherfucker to hit another motherfucker. You know, like if like in wrestling terms, like for sure, like if you resist, like you guys probably like over 5'10", over 200 pounds, probably not. Smaller than that, yeah, no problem. I'll just grab you and wee.
That's all of us.
My best friend BG. He's
We're all little
guys, but a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
He's about 6 foot, and me and him got into it back in high school days, and fucking. You know, I knew I was smart enough not to know to let him get a hold of me. So I hit him in his knee, and then my dumb ass didn't move out the way. And just like you said, when he come crashing down on top of me, that was it. I was fucked. Because not only couldn't move, but now he's on.
Yeah. And I'll reach and grab you and pull you under. Like an octopus, man. We're all going down, baby. That's it. We ain't going down one at a time.
I want to fight Dino now.
Yeah. Mouth guard, head guard, and at least MMA gloves.
Nope.
Yeah, we could do it.
Nope. When I meet you, I'm just gonna walk up and sucker punch you. And you're like, what the
No, I
fuck?
don't wanna
Remember what I
hurt you.
said
Listen,
before American
no.
Thanksgiving, bitch?
Hey,
Whack.
I'll beat the shit out of you, man. Like, don't do that. Please don't. I'll hurt you really bad. Like even I'll just start breaking things. I don't want to do that. That's not nice. That's not who I am on the inside, but I'll see red. If you just
That's
punch me in the
not who I
face,
am on the
I'll just
inside.
start breaking fingers and I'll just start just biting. Like I'm an insane person. You can't, don't do that. But we can like spar if you want. That'd be fun. I love doing that kind of stuff. I'll take all three of you on.
Just snapping legs like fingers.
Yeah, guy, it's only about 18 psi to snap the two bones in someone's forearm. I can grip well over 50 psi. Like it's not like I'll just crush you. Like it's not. We
gotta
you guys
a match, man. It'd be like, what was it, Butterbean and Jackass?
Yeah, like that. Like I'll happily do that, man. Like there's no problem. Like we can have, but that's why I want a teeth guard, because like teeth are expensive. I don't want anyone to lose teeth. That's not cool.
Yeah, nobody wants meth mouth.
No, absolutely not. It's not like it's so expensive, man. And like a head guard, you don't want anyone to like. Can you imagine somebody falling down and then fucking being retarded for the rest of their life? That's horrible, right? You don't want that on anybody's head.
Oh no, I'll wake up the same way I went down.
I got an excuse for the way I'm living.
Is that free parking for the rest of my life?
Now we're all getting up front to the concert, motherfuckers.
Should I ask Dino my school bus question?
Sure.
So you rode the bus to school when you was a child, correct?
Yeah.
How many windows did it have?
Oh,
not including the windshield of the back, just like one side.
30. Well, 15.
3? Okay.
15. Yeah.
3.
No, not 15.
Yeah, 3.
Not 3. 15.
Yeah, 3.
No, why would it have 3? That doesn't make any sense.
Because it was the short one.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, that was stupid.
I tried to fit on a bus when I was like almost out of like graduating high school. I couldn't sit in the fucking benches anymore. I was just like, fuck.
No, that body was made.
Fucking, yeah.
That body was made for the driver's seat, sir.
Oh yeah. I think a few teachers were like, "You should look into truck driving." And
you should look into the cab, bitch. I can't fit in.
Yeah, so like so before I graduated high school, I dropped. So February, I started a diet, and by May, I had lost 94 pounds. So that was the smallest I've ever been as an adult. No. It was just medically supervised starvation. It's
so it's cocaine.
No, I was still Jehovah's
Who
Witness,
needs food?
No drugs. Guy, I didn't really drink. Nothing. It was just willpower and moxie. Bullshit. So that's the smallest I've ever been as an adult, and I was 240 pounds. And like I could still like, just pick people up and go, bye.
I can't imagine you 240 pounds. With your height, you'd still look like a Shar-Pei.
What the fuck does a Shar-Pei look like? Which one's a Shar-Pei?
The wrinkly dogs that can run around in their own skin.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Well, because that's the thing is I got a big face too, so people just don't know what to do, and they're just like, how do you navigate? Yeah.
Quick reference. He's gonna try and find a picture of a Shar-Pei, and the first thing he's gonna see is a Sharpie marker. Guaranteed.
Sponsored by Google.
You're like, I'm not even looking it up anymore.
Fuck you guys.
And get him. Change your bitches.
No kids, my papa.
I didn't know he was Jewish. It's his own fault.
Oh shit.
There's our blatant copyright. What? Amyl nitrate?
Damn it, Bobby. How
Damn
can you
it,
fail
Bobby.
English when you speak English?
It's about propane, Bobby.
Propane and propane accessories.
Guy, that no-ass motherfucker is just like, you look at him and you're like, he's not a bad guy.
That's what he brought up from him. That no-ass motherfucker.
That no-ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear to God.
And you know what,
I swear to
Peggy?
God, I say
I think
people
Peggy's
have
a
Hank
dirty
Hill
girl,
all
too.
the time.
Peggy's done dirty things, though, too.
Nah,
For sure.
Peggy's not done dirty things. Dale's wife, she's the fucking freak.
Yeah.
What's on red card?
You know what? That's a weird situation. Can you imagine? Like,
I've seen it.
You know
I
what?
thought that shit was fake. I've seen it in reality. Older.
You know what? I said, I started asking, could you imagine that happening? And then I realized who I was talking to. I'm like, oh no, we're gonna hear that story right now.
Oh yeah.
No need for imagination on this one.
Yeah, we've all been here for it.
See, this is the funny thing is, like, when we have these conversations about the crazy stuff like abortion and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, I don't understand a circumstance where I wouldn't want my offspring. I'm like, no, I would love them and you know, I would want them to have education, all these things. And then people are like, no, fuck my kids. And I'm like, why are people having kids and then saying fuck my kids? No, I don't. Like, yes, kids are hard. That's a reality thing. But I don't. Why are you having 7 kids?
Okay.
That's not a thing. I don't
You're promised the Lamborghini, but then when you open the hood and you see that 2-cycle Briggs and Stratton motor under it,
I feel like no. You get a Fiero. It's a Fiero kit car. Remember those Fiero kit cars? Like, that's what you get.
I didn't get it.
He's like, oh, it's a Testarossa. Psych, Fiero, bitch. Boom.
No,
like that's
they gave it a Testacosa.
Texaco?
Texicles.
Testicles. I know what those are.
Tasting whiskey for the first time. No,
that's what
maybe it only tastes alcohol.
No, I use the whiskey to get the taste of the testicles out of my mouth.
Well, then don't drink Margot's because you're going to be sticking his balls in it to see if you can taste it.
It'll taste about the same.
Oh, have you guys heard that joke where
I've had alcohol on my balls before, so I'm sure it's not different than Jack Daniels. So that might not feel good. That might not feel good at all, dude. And don't act like you ain't never fucking nicked your balls shaving.
Oh, I have.
I've never shaved my balls.
Holy shit!
Your poor wife.
Oh my God!
You gotta push that poop up and go through a forest, Jesus.
You should
find a Smurf village
with pleasure. Okay, she does it with pleasure. Okay,
I love being concussed by the girth. Thump.
Yeah. That's right.
Can you just see her with like
she has a great time doing
flopping right over the side of her head and some sweat pouring down?
It's not her sweat.
While she's digging in the bush looking for the fucking Papa Smurf house.
Because the string fell off again.
I want to be very clear. I gave her a straw. No, I gave her a straw and school goggles. Okay, she's fine. All right, she's doing her duty as God intended on this good earth. Okay,
she's making up for her ancestors in Pearl Harbor.
You ever watch those videos of basic training where they come out of the gas chamber without the masks on? They're like, that's her when he's done.
Oh, your balls smell like mustard gas?
Yeah, that's fine.
No, the back door probably does though, and the hair just kind of cycles it up to the front.
Oh well, you know if the balls aren't shaved, nothing else is shaved, dude.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not that hairy though. I'm hairy in all the right places. Like I have a hairy chest, don't have a hairy back.
You're Greek.
Yeah.
Yes, but
don't lie to our faces.
I'm like a good version of Greek. Like how many Greek guys do you know that are over 6 feet? Come on.
Quite a few. I live in Canton.
One. He's the only Greek guy I know.
I feel sad for
you.
His
name is Testicles.
Testicles cares not for beans. I love that. Okay, come on.
But dude, I'm just thinking about it, man. You're fucking from your balls to your asshole has to look like that forest that Dorothy was walking through with the trees that were throwing apples and shit.
Like my hair doesn't it doesn't grow, like even my beard, it doesn't grow long. It just comes out. Like it won't stay. It doesn't. I don't have a healthy. My mane is not healthy, and I really appreciate that we're talking about that. Why don't you go fuck yourself? How about that, Marco? I fucking turn you into a goddamn Muppet when I come there.
You're saying your dick
22 inches up your fucking ass. How about that, you son of a bitch?
So you're saying your dick mane is wispy?
Oh,
it is. I've never had a huge fucking pubis.
So what you're saying is your dick can't grow sideburns.
No. I'm
not probably just the pork chops. Probably just the pork chops that line it.
No, we gotta go to full Elvis.
He can't do it though. The wispy ones don't do that. He'll end up looking like Otis from House of a Thousand Corpses.
You're gonna end up looking like Joe Dirt.
That's only if he shaves the front, then he'll have the mullet. Because if you shave the front and don't shave the taint, that's a mullet.
Yeah, it's a party in the front. No, business in the front, party in the back.
So, this is the thing is, I'm a vanilla pervert as life goes, right? Like, I'm not some sort of grandiose man, but at the same time, yeah, it's when I hear you guys talking, I'm like, you guys are complete fucking animals. And then I think, and I'm like, oh, I understand why no one stuck around. You probably did horrible, horrible things to these poor women. Just fucking. Just be happy that they found love somewhere else and didn't.
I've been married for
you two fucking years. Perverts. And she fucking slaves around you, you filthy animal.
Actually, you don't know Mama very well. She's one of our crew. Mama's one of our crew, man.
You think we're bad?
Yeah, you got to meet the females in the crew. I'm the one that they all bail out on me. They're like, fuck
Dino, listen. You may not cry, but they will make you cry. If need be, trust me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm at a stage in my life that only women can make me cry now. Only women. Yeah.
We're this bad. Our women are way meaner than we are.
Right.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I'm Greek. I know what women are mean. They're the evil.
They're not mean all the time. Right. Only when they need to be, and they're really good at it.
Well, do they enjoy it though? That's the question.
Yes.
Well, who doesn't? You think we'd be this way if it hurts?
Hey, I can ask. You never know. Sometimes there's a surprise, and people are weird, and they don't enjoy the evil.
See, those are the ones that I end up picking up. The ones that, I'm a freak. I'm crazy. I'm weird. No, the fuck you're not, bitch. You can't handle walking into a studio with me, let alone my life. They're all a freak until you hear they got the ball gag in their mouth, and they're like, tears coming down their face and shit.
Marco,
this just took it.
That's why, as a gentleman, you use a ring gag so they can breathe freely. Okay.
Who says gentleman? The ring gags are so you can stick your cock through the center. You pop the ball out, you stick your cock in.
Did you just prove my point? I'm pretty sure you proved my point, sir. Why it's better.
You did.
I don't know if that's gentlemanly though.
I said it. It's definitely out of the four of us, if I say something, 100% gentlemanly. On the scale, that's how it works. Okay?
Can I wrap your face in this leather and stick my erect penis in your mouth? Just ever so slightly. Yeah, you're right, because I'd be like, fuck it, bitch, put this in your mouth.
Oh, God.
I don't think you'd give her a warning like that.
Yeah.
Depends on if I care about her or not.
I think it would be more incoming.
Yeah, well, once again, you're just going to click the lights off, and it's going to be roulette.
It's going in some hole.
God bless.
Right.
Jehovah, we can't leave him out.
What?
Jehovah. Wait a minute, how does that work? You were a Greek Jehovah Witness. Yeah. Like, where did Jehovah enter Olympus?
No. Dipshit. No.
Is this your first time?
I want to know how Zeus, is Jehovah, no. Latin
so
name
of course,
Zeus? Or?
No. So essentially, that's ridiculous. Nobody follows the old gods in Greece anymore, except for very few, very weird people. So my father was Greek Orthodox, of course. He came to this country and started arguing with Jehovah's Witnesses, trying to prove them wrong, and then found out that essentially Greek Orthodox were completely not being truthful in what they were saying, and he realized that what he was growing a relationship with what he thought to be God was just a religion, and that's not what he was interested in. So it was a different
Jehovah's Witness.
That well, listen, this is the thing I don't know what your experience has been with Jehovah's Witnesses, and I'll tell you this much is that
Scotty got it right. He got it before.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Hey, I've done that before. Listen, I've had guys poke me in the chest to try and provoke me, and I just said, "Oh, you have a good day, sir," and I just turned around and walked away. And the funny thing is, one guy I saw at a bar later, and he goes, "Oh, hey, do you remember me?" And I go, "Yeah."
Should have
And he
poked him in
goes,
his chest and said,
"Yeah."
"Yeah."
No, and he said, "Do you want to do anything?" And I go, "No, I don't have to do anything. This is fine." But who knows what happened later? It's a long evening. It's a crazy time.
You're gonna burn in hell under the watchtower. We'll just leave it at that.
He's
There's
gonna
no
do
such
that.
thing as hell.
Yes, there is. We're here.
Ta-da!
No, I feel like this would be more of a purgatory, if anything. Just
No,
because we're cascading through relentless nothing, Whereas with persecution, there's a finite purpose of punishment. Whereas some people theoretically are enjoying life. I maybe, but I'm a high more often than not. So you can't really trust
I
that.
get punished every time I open my eyes. I almost shit on myself 10 minutes ago. That's
You should do your Kegels. You should do your
God's
Kegels.
plan right there. That's Jehovah's plan right there.
I think you reaped what you sowed, my friend. That's not
I
on
think
God's.
I shit out the Japanese I had 5 days ago, and it just stuck around.
5 days ago. How fast do you think your poop goes through? Your food turns into poop for yourself.
Dude,
I think it's about 48 hours.
6 months.
I can answer that.
It's supposed to be
7 hours.
7 hours.
Yep.
Somebody
you do a corn
found the
test?
express route.
Yep.
Somebody found the express route because shit has been flowing.
See,
and I don't even know how. Like I didn't even eat that much.
Marco, I told you to not expand it that wide that fast.
Oh, it's
raccoons,
like a watermelon.
Right? Now it's just
two
falling out.
Pouring, not falling, pouring.
It's like a beef and cheddar Arby's sandwich back there.
No, it's not. That's the problem. If it was beef and cheddar, there might be some consistency. When you need a rag to wipe your ass instead of a fucking toilet paper. Ugh.
You got to change your diet, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Life is a lot of learning and not easy.
Too much shit.
Yes.
Why are you having
You ever drink a cup
shit?
of coffee and then 10 minutes later you shit and it's the same coffee? That doesn't even make sense.
No, but it can't. So, okay, but you got to understand.
I highly doubt the diarrhea is the same quality as the Bustelo.
No, not the Bustelo. Times is rough. You can't afford Bustelo no more, man.
Fuck, I can't.
It's fucking Folgers.
Nope, Bustelo or nothing. Like straight up. There's always 2 bricks of that shit in my cupboard, and one of them in the container. Period. I got a spare one in the freezer downstairs in case I run out.
I have Blue Mountain
My
coffee.
mom got that. Blue Mountain? What the fuck is that? That ain't the one where the
From
monkeys
Jamaica.
shit.
No.
Oh, okay.
Blue Mountain is the best you can get that's not been shit out by something else.
It's the best you could get that's not Bustelo.
Yeah.
What's Bustelo?
That's Puerto Rican coffee.
Yeah, this is so. Blue Mountain is from Jamaica. It's only from there, from a very specific thing.
Have you ever been to the coffee aisle of the store and seen the freeze-dried yellow brick, like the vacuum-sealed yellow brick of coffee?
Scotty, you may not know this. I am a man. I don't go grocery shopping. That's a woman's job. That's
all right, so your wife ever hit you with a big yellow freeze-dried brick?
No, there's no one in my household that can reach my face with any sort of weapon. I'm good. Okay, we're not allowed to have guns in Canada.
They can throw shit. You're not that fucking tall.
They're Asian. They can't throw.
Yeah,
they write
Asians,
things. That's what they do. Okay.
Yeah, but they are an industrious people. I've seen the ninja movies where they stand on each other's
the MLB
shoulder.
right now is Asian. So yes, Asian people can throw things.
Yeah, but nut height.
Okay, I don't live with an MLB player, so maybe that's the exception as opposed to the norm. Sir.
All I'm saying is you have yet to prove that to me. I have no reason to believe your words. I just met you the other day.
Well, my
you said you were coming. That was a fucking lie. How can I trust you now?
Well played, sir. My house of lies is coming crashing down before me. Shame on me for misleading you with my poisonous words. Oh, sweet Jesus!
A pox on Jehovah's house.
I'm already waiting for Ryan to like scream at me. He hasn't called me.
Oh my goodness!
But he was like, "Seriously, you're not coming?" I'm like, "No,
they won't legally allow me to. What the fuck do you want?
It's against the law, and
That
I'm not willing to break the law."
What if you wear a sombrero? If you wear a sombrero, they'll let you in America.
Wrong border.
So this is the thing: is there is an active traffic of people in those situations, right? But the problem is, so this is the thing is, let's say I do that. Great. Let's say I get away with it. Also great. Why would I break the law for 2 shows that, let's be granted, they're most likely I'm not getting paid for, right? I'm there for a visit with my friends. You know what? It sucks that it didn't work out. Okay, that's fine. Right. We can still talk. We don't have to break up. It's okay. It'll be fine.
I'm still mad about the lies.
No one gives a shit about you.
No shit. I've been alive for 35 years. You think it's gonna change now?
When do you think you realize, as a man, when do you think you realize that no one gives a shit about you? How old do you think you are?
When
Marco doesn't count. No. You have to go last, number 1, because it's gonna be like I was 11 and 4 days, and I was told to get a job. So that's not gonna count. Okay.
11 and 5 days. I got that job.
Day 6, I start to give up my job and get a second job.
Day 7, I said fuck all this, and I'm sitting on the stoop again.
Fucking just.
Day 8, I'm looking for a new job.
Ran out of smokes.
Yeah, how old do you think? I feel like it's like 15, 16, like high school would have been, like early high school would have been made the most sense.
It's like you said, when I was a kid, man, my grandpa worked in a steel mill. He'd come home, he's like, "What you do around the house today?" I'm 6.
Yeah. You better either produce or you are now a liability. Which I can't disregard that. Like, you can help clean up. You can, like, there are things you can do. And realistically, can you imagine if you were a 6-year-old? Like, guy, there were 6 years old that were cleaning chimneys and shit, right? Like, they had full-time jobs.
13-year-olds that have full families and houses and shit.
They fit.
People don't realize our life expectancy now, even though we don't think it's long, it's like 10 times the length of fucking people in the 30s, 40s, 1800s. Fuck. Dude, actually, 13, 14 years old, you got you a house, you got your 4 kids and a car.
The number on average age and life expectancy of ye olden times was actually really brought down by the infant mortality rate.
Yeah.
So a lot of babies died that it drug the average age down to the mid-30s. But realistically, if you made it past like 10 or 12, you'd probably live to be 50 or 60.
It might even be as low as like 5 years old. Like if you got past 5, like
you were good.
Yeah.
If the dingo didn't get your baby, you might have a chance.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's why like average life expectancy in 1840 was 27 years old, because so many babies died.
Yeah. Which there's like realistically, you remembered how many babies died, but you can't tell us what happened. Like, fuck off. How about that?
Dude, asshole. Did you hear
the wolves are coming?
Oh my God, did you hear? Not to switch this up, but this is one of the most retarded things I've heard in political shit in a long time. Chuck Schumer said we need the illegals to come in through the border because we're not having sex anymore in America.
I mean,
are they coming over to fuck our ladies? Is that?
He said we're not reproducing, and we're not reproducing in America anymore, so we need the migrants. He just said that like yesterday.
There's fucking too many of us here as it is.
So, you know what, though? Hold
This
on.
last apocalypse sucked. I want a new one.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Listen,
Yeah,
I was
we want
promised
fucking-
bodies in the street, and I got fuck all. That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
where's
Yeah.
the dragons? There's no flaming pits nowhere. Nothing
And,
that's sunk in the ground.
we have aliens, but who knows?
Yeah, the
What
aliens
the-
are Guatemalan.
Don't lie. Don't lie to my face. I know you fucked them, and I know you got them under some fucking mountain, you assholes. Dirty little shits.
Right.
NASA said you can't have sex with the aliens. There was a report that came out. NASA really put that out there.
Sorry, I'm a can-adian, not a can't-adian.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's like a Mexican and a Mexican.
boom. No, but like realistically, it doesn't. It's every revelation of truth that we have now is something that we're even standing there going, okay, so this whole time where you were saying we were all lying and all full of shit and we were all bullshit conspiracy theorists. Oh, so now we're right. And we're just going to say, same, but different later. And we're supposed to just go, oh yeah, that's okay.
Agree to disagree.
Hey, so these are the two lines that I love the most, okay? These are the two lines that I love the most. Is number one, I'm holding myself personally accountable. That is...
That means you're not.
No. It's not that you're not. I've done wrong. Couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And you aren't even going to know what I did to pay for it. Nothing. That's the secret. Okay.
You know, my favorite one is it's the 9 most simultaneous, useless, and terrifying words to hear. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Those words are the most simultaneously useless and terrifying thing you can hear ever.
Welcome to S-Mart.
Like but it's inherently backwards on a full scale. Like it's not like you're going, well, these parts are kind of backwards, but in general it's fine. No. Everything's backwards.
Yeah.
You're like, why? Why is it backwards? You're like, well, that's how bureaucracy works. You're like, I think you've mistaken bureaucracy with complete and utter just complete shenanigans. Like none of it's real. Like you're just like the amount of money that's regularly spent on R&D that really, let's be honest, the majority of R&D goes nowhere. There's a very small portion, and that's not to say that it's unnecessary, but there's a strong amount of that is completely ridiculous, right?
Right.
Well,
a lot of that money goes into somebody's pocket.
Oh yeah.
Sure, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't have R&D grants and stuff like that. I'm just saying that, hey, it's very hard to the point where it's a process to get it easily, but it's a bullshit process because you're creating the process instead of the idea or what someone's trying to do. You know,
Yeah.
It's the you're following the letter with ignoring the spirit of the process. Like a coward.
Like a coward. Fuck the process.
No, trust the process.
See, this is the thing, though, is
And then throw the process away and pee on it.
but that's the thing is going through the process is learning how to fail all the different ways you need to so that you can get to the place you need to go.
I called that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I agree, but at the same time, like we're greedy and we want it now. So we want the easy way. So there's a computer, there's a
That's
robot.
America.
It wasn't though, man. Dude, America did great things. Canada did great things. Do you remember the stories of the Avro Arrow? Oh,
I
so
have
cool.
No idea what the fuck that is.
Wasn't that the first spaceship, or to try
No.
to be the first spaceship?
Mm-mm.
No, that was the Avro car.
So the Avro Arrow was a jet that was designed by the same person that did the Concorde, but it was a fighter jet.
Oh God.
So it was one of the most dangerous. So think about it this way, like you know how the SR-71 is built to, it doesn't have weapons. You know why? Because it just outrun you. Like that's what it does.
It can
And
go
it's been
higher
proven to
and
do that.
faster than anybody else.
Right. And just gets higher and faster. Like it's just unbelievably thing. So in the same fashion, like this was just a complete and utter destroyer of other airplanes. And the Canadian government said, we are a peace-loving nation, not a war-loving nation. So scrap it, destroy all of the products, all of the plans. It's gone. And we're talking about this thing would outperform all the jets that were in production. Like
I guarantee Elon Musk has one right now.
No, it's like a huge thing where people are like, there's a conspiracy where it's got to exist somewhere, but
I bet you Bezos or Elon Musk got one.
That motherfucker can't even keep Twitter running.
Shit, dude, did you see the reason that everybody's leaving? He told them that he's not going to pay $400 for each person's lunch. He said that they had to come into work and that the managers have to at least speak to employees once a week. That's why they're having a fit, dude. I watched
they're having a fit because these people have been doing this for the last 9 years. They're experts on how to do their jobs, and he comes in and questions everything they do and tries to change things, and they don't work, and then he gets mad at them for the shit that he tries to tell them to do not working when they told him it wouldn't fucking work, and they all just went, all right, fuck this.
Nah, that ain't what happened at all.
I have a question though. Hold on.
I'm fairly positive it's somewhere in the middle of what we both said.
Yes, but so here's the question though. Now, who's the evil? And this is the question: is that if he says, "I want to do this," and they say, "You can't do that," and he says, "But that's what I want to do. Find me a way to do it." Now, if they tried to find a way to do it, explored all the options, and said, "You know what? We tried XYZ, can't do it," or did they say, "See? He wants to do that. Look right there. Can't do it." Like, was it a play versus a?
What I read was he's physically doing things to code himself, thinking he knows what he's doing, and he doesn't. And then shit stops working. And then they go, what the fuck did he do? We have 6 million lines of code here. And he put in shit somewhere that fucked it up. And then then they were fixing it, and he would go, well, no, it should work, and would fuck it up again. Like there was a thing happening.
It's his right, I guess.
Well, where people were going, don't log out of Twitter if you have this thing because it's no longer recognized, and you won't be able to log into your account.
Oh,
because something's fucked up in the code.
Hilarious to me.
I mean.
The idea
at the end of the day, though, I mean, if you take all the bullshit and the people quitting aside, I mean, it's his fucking place. If he feels like running it into the ground and pissing on fucking Twitter,
100%. But if you're gonna run it into the ground, go, hey everybody, here's a check for a nice severance. We're closing the doors in 2 months. Find a new job.
I don't think he has to do
have
that.
A fit about that too,
right? Like, let's be honest. Can he do that? Should he do that? But does he have to?
What I'm saying is, why waste the time and the money and the dragging of your name through the mud if to tank it intentionally when you could just close the doors and tell everyone to fuck off?
Because he can. Some people got money like that. Fuck, the fucker put a car in space.
But that may be by design that way.
True.
Right, like think about it this way: is what is the example? Oh, Atlas is going to make fun of me if he ever sees this. There was a guy who destroyed an ancient town, but he only destroyed it after he measured everything and rebuilt it and called it like new version that's better. Eat shit and die, fucko. So you're like, okay, I understand that you can do that. It's petty and ridiculous, but at the same time, crazy people are petty and ridiculous. So
you got me there.
Like it's that weird.
Like the people who there's two of something. I own both of them and destroyed one, so I can have the only one.
So it's the equivalent of Nero being like, look at all this light for reading.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
it's
None of our audience is gonna get that joke.
no, of course not. But that's the whole thing is like I feel people have forgotten what it means to not have a say too, right? Which is exactly what he's doing, is saying, I don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, it's my company. Ha!
Yeah.
Like it's one of those.
You want a paycheck? Fix it, bitch.
Well, not even that, but can you imagine the self or the feeling of gratification knowing that you've just destroyed certain people who live like, man, people will structure their time making allotments for Twitter messages, right? Like that's a real thing.
Yeah,
Even
like,
Atlas, who I'm like, he schedules his tweets to come out like weeks in advance, and I'm like, I get it, but at the same time, that's weird shit, man. Like, that's not how life works. Like,
I'm gonna have this thought in 2 weeks,
right? Like, you can't like, and that's it's something that you can have something, you can tweet about something, but that's meant for like a birthday or something like that, in my opinion, at least. I don't know.
See, I don't get it, man.
I have
like,
a Twitter. I don't tweet shit. I just scroll and look
Neither
at
do I.
things. Same with Reddit. I don't post things. I just
There's a
scroll
lot of
and look
nudes
through it.
on Twitter too, which are pretty good.
You think I don't know?
I just love big titties, man. There's just
Who
so much.
doesn't?
It's so great.
You know who don't like big titties?
Communists.
People with big titties.
Yeah, and
I always want to make your titties small.
They're God. They're angels sent from heaven to give mankind hope for the future. That's all. That our children will have food to eat, and that the gods will have mercy
Heal
on
the
our souls.
world, make it a better place.
Oh, hey, there is no situation that the addition of large titties isn't made better, pending they're on.
I can guarantee.
Harry. Let's say not Harry.
I can guarantee if like a whole fucking fleet of Ukrainian women, decent looking women, would just went straight to the fucking where Putin's at and just lift up, boom, war's over.
Wait,
like, have they tried?
No, I'm gonna skip completely over that and go back to the non-hairy titties with one name that will ruin that whole thesis.
What?
King Kong Bundy.
Yeah. But there'd be stuff like, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, that's a technicality, and it's just semantics. Let's be honest, right?
Dusty Rhodes.
Fuck you, man, dirty fucking bitch. That's gross. That's gross because those are sweaty titties too. Like those aren't just humid titties. Those
sweaty
are
was
sweaty.
the stipulation.
Greasy.
Hairy was.
The Rock had titties for a fucking whole season. When he started,
but he had itty bitty little nippy titties, right? Like
those were pecs. He could flex.
No. Before
Yokozuna had titties.
Oh, Yokozuna.
Rikishi had titties.
He had actually. You know what? There's somebody sent me a video where I was like, that man had gorgeous titties. Marco, did you post that? I think you posted that video. It's a guy walking by and he's got these big fucking titties, and you're going, he actually has nice titties. You're like, that's bad.
Dino's like, I'd suck that titty.
No, well, you looked at it, you're going, no, no, I didn't say I'd suck that titty because I'm still a man. But looking at it, you're going, there's a good shaped titty. Like he's gone full woman, or maybe he's just a hairy woman.
Hey, they make some very impressive fake silicone tits you can just strap on these days.
No. He was obese. He was a fat man.
Oh,
he was a fat.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
but like, you know how like there's a fat guy titty, and then there's like, hey, he actually has titties.
Yeah, like
he actually had
like
titties.
Fight Club, like
yeah. Like they're real titties.
Meatloaf with the titties in Fight Club.
Yeah.
But he wasn't older. It was a younger guy, and I was just like, that's just bad luck there, bro. So, but they were like, it was like a good meaty titty, and I was like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, you used the Just for Men just a little bit too early. Like,
yeah, like it was
some kind of chemical product you took into your body at a young age that made you produce tits.
Like that's where it is though now. Like that, those kind of therapies and hormones.
Yeah, that's valid.
Look, even
I wouldn't even go in there. I was thinking like processed seed oil.
Well, yeah, there's seed oil, but also
the hormones in the burgers.
Well, microplastics that have passed the placenta and the blood brain barrier, which are like we don't know.
It makes your taint smaller.
So, which I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but I feel like there would be a faster consequence with regards to the plastic. I feel like is one of those things where it's definitely causing issues.
What the plastic is doing is making taint smaller.
Yeah.
And male's genitals smaller. And then in the animal kingdom, the best way to tell the sex of an animal is to look at taint size, because sometimes the genitals are hidden and you can't rightly tell, but you can see the distance in the taint and go, oh, okay, that's a this because it has this much distance. So with humans having microplastics inside of us and our taints becoming smaller, the genders are slightly becoming more closer together.
Which is terrifying.
And it goes back to my alien gray theory that that's just us from the future.
Well, no. Yes, you're correct. But at the same time,
That's a long way.
They mixed their DNA with some stuff in the past to slowly make it. We're an ant farm.
That's it.
They're just like, hey, we're gonna make some DNA with these weird fucking things down here and see what happens. And then some alien walked up and was like, jizz, and then ta-da! 10 million years later.
Like very well possibly maybe, right? Like this is the problem. Like I really, it bothers me a lot when people are like, oh, evolution's where it's at. You're like, listen, humans evolve, nature evolves, the world evolves.
We discussed this earlier with the pepper plants.
Right? But that's the thing is like, so life adapting a thing, yes, that's evolution, but that's not what you're talking about when people are like the theory of evolution and where everything came. You're going, it's not exactly the same. And honestly, I just don't believe that a human as a person could go, I can connect those dots and that's definitely where it came from. I'm like, I just don't believe you. We're just not that smart. We're pretty stupid in general.
I watched some evolutionary.
Hey, we have Marco. We're doing fine.
I've seen an evolutionary documentary the other day, man. And this dude, like, they showed a picture of, like, kind of a dog, but it was mixed with, like, a duck almost. And then they showed it, like,
that's a platypus.
No, it looked like a fucking dog, not a Chihuahua dog. Like, it was a dog, but it had like duck feet. And they're trying to say that this thing evolved into what we call a dog now. And I'm like,
but there are dogs that hold their breath for longer.
Yeah, there's people who hold their breath for longer too. It's, they're gonna die.
Sure.
I just don't see like, the dog coming from a duck, a lizard duck. No
give me
less.
1 second, guys.
Oh,
he broke it.
The shits are going through the fucking airways.
Now he said to hold on a minute. He's going to do something dirty.
He's taking a dookie.
Yeah.
I wish. No.
That was a fast dookie.
Right.
I'm not fast. I'm efficient and I arrive on time. I'm punctual. I'm punctual and efficient.
So what you're telling me is your butthole is the same size as Marco's and you can just and move on with your day.
No, what I explain to people is I have never been in the military or been to jail. So at my age, I have surprisingly small and well-controlled butthole. That's what I. So it's more so that I have a well-tuned machine that has years of experience, almost like a car manufacturing, like that kind of production line. It's a very efficient situation.
Is a terrible analogy because they fuck shit up constantly.
All the time.
For instance, Ford.
Listen.
I give him that.
Listen, if you give me a pot of coffee and 4 tacos, I will turn a room into a hazmat situation. Okay? Don't get me wrong. But that's a decision rather than an occurrence.
I feel like that's another challenge.
Yeah. Because I think Scotty might have you on that one, Dino. Have you seen some of the why the fuck did I eat them moments? Woo, poor Scotty's asshole.
What was my last job before I went back to the cemetery, Mark?
Playing in poo.
I cleaned porta-johns for a year.
No mask.
No, not a fucking one in sight.
No mask. When there was shit under Scotty's nails, there was shit under Scotty's nails.
Yeah.
Literally.
And now he's a gravedigger.
Again.
So he still plays a poo.
No, people.
I think a gravedigger is a step up from poop player.
Yeah, I give you that.
Funnily enough, not the first time I've had a job dealing with poop.
First time was a drain.
I wouldn't tell
Yeah, I clean drains
advertise.
and I clean drains and septic tanks. Yeah.
Yeah, clean hole.
Oh God.
Listen, it's
wasn't
That
around
part
for
is
those
that
days.
ain't even where that
yeah,
originated.
it's honest work, it's necessary work, but at the same time, it's disgusting, and I look down on
It's
it. But
not
it's
as bad
just-
as everybody makes it out to be if you're a piece of
It's-
shit like me.
Fair enough. Hey, listen, knowing your worth, that's fine.
It's like peanut
He
butter.
knows what he's working with.
$7, baby.
God,
Inflation, motherfucker, is 10.
you know what? I
Nope,
remember.
it's
I
7.
remember.
Nope,
I was.
that's the shtick, Marco.
Yeah.
No inflation rises.
Right.
$7 till I
Oh, it's
die.
like Walmart. They refuse to raise the prices.
I remember.
Lies.
Hey,
Right.
I remember working at a job where someone was like, "Oh, you have to clean up the bathroom. Somebody pooped on the floor," and I was like, oh, "No, I'm not going to do that." Like, well, you have to. I'm like, "No." They're like, no, it's your job. I'm like, I don't care.
I don't.
I
care.
quit. I don't give a shit. You think I fucking give a shit?
Literally,
This,
I'd have
I'm
went
like,
in and shit
I'm
next
smarter
to
than
it.
every person in this building, and you think I care about this retail job?
There-
Get the
there's-
fuck out of my way. You just fucking.
There's a slight difference between, hey, I signed up to stock shelves and maybe ring a register, and now you want me to clean shit, and welcome to the team. You're gonna be cleaning shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scotty knew off rip.
I knew what I walked into, like from the sign on the door.
Yeah. Shitty
That's
shits
weird.
are us.
$7, baby. We have a $7 bill.
Fuck it, eh?
You don't want to know what I had to do for that.
He did
It
it in
was-
It
Ukraine
was
too.
horrible.
$7 is $7. That's fair. That's
You ever see that picture of the kid wearing a shirt that said "I'm not gay," but $20 is $20, and the cat's holding up 2 10s in front of the camera?
Yeah.
That kid looks so defeated.
Yeah, because this asshole is probably bigger than all three of ours after that meme.
Probably.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Yeah, his is bigger.
I taped it.
I don't have a pocket big enough for this, or do I? No, that's the other end.
Scotty and I got a deal going on. Like, if it's too disgusting for me to do it, then he'll do it, but I got to tape it. So, I mean, that's fair enough.
I have yet to find something that's too disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah. At this point, it's just like
I
go
don't
big or
think
go home.
you guys understand. That's not a flex. It's not
Absolutely a flex.
like not in the way I think it is. Like like
You ain't
Like,
been around
is it-
long enough, then.
You know how many times I've tased Scotty? It's like the owl in
double
the fucking
digits.
Tootsie Pop commercial.
you know,
Yeah.
somebody accused me of being like too bourgeoisie, and I was like, you know, maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm just too hoity-toity for everybody because you guys are complete fucking animals sometimes. I'll tell you that. I
No,
dig it. I dig it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's fucking great.
Marco's eldest daughter
It's got
tased
him the
me
best.
the best.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
better
the
than the
back of the
cops.
fucking neck,
Like
dude.
right here on the neck.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
right
sorry.
right
Did you
there.
say that one more time? What was that?
Marco's eldest daughter has
Yeah.
tased me better than everybody, including the cops.
At a fucking at a rock concert.
Yeah. Right?
Dropped
There.
him like a sack of potatoes.
Like
It
a
was
Yeah,
fucking
sack of
hilarious.
shit.
we were all standing around him like a circle, like we were waiting for Smokey to be like, "You got knocked the fuck out." Like,
Yeah.
Scotty
I
was
got-
twitching.
I got hit. Like right there.
Was it her job?
No, she
At
was
that current
mad 'cause
moment,
Scotty,
it was.
Scotty made fun
She
of. She went
understood
to
the
tase him in the ass,
assignment.
and it hit Scotty's wallet. So Scotty turned around, Mr. Asshole. Ha ha, that didn't do dick. Maria looked at her shit, looked at me, and was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Right on his
Boom.
fucking neck.
Right.
Drop
I wasn't
That
even
seems
thinking
reasonable.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And it was all the times I just let you tase me because I want at least. I
do.
know
I got tased in the leg, and I wasn't too bothered by it. So I'm like, I don't. Maybe that wasn't a real taser or whatever. I do want to try it though.
it depends on where it gets hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And how much
I'm a
charge
very
it
needy
has.
person though, right? Like it's a lot
Look,
of meat.
there's a distinct difference between ass cheek and your fucking jugular.
Yeah. I don't care how much
There's a little
meat you
bit
got
of
on your
difference.
neck, Dino. You get hit in the fucking neck with that.
Yeah, you're going down. And if you're not going down, you're at least going to go, oh.
I'll be honest with
You'll
you guys.
teeter.
My neck
You'll
is about
teeter.
the size of most men's thighs. Like it's
That's
pretty
chill.
massive. Like
Yeah.
it's not fat. It's just a size 20 neck. It's 22, I think. Like it's just
I measured mine today at work. It's 36 inches.
your waist.
No.
No.
No, you do not got a 36
18. That's what it was.
Yeah.
We're
My
talking about
neck's
pant
22.
sizes as well.
Yeah.
My neck
Yeah,
is
but
on
you're
my
also
shoulders,
double
and I
me,
ain't
but
trying
my
to
neck's not that much smaller than yours.
Probably close to the triple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
funny
neck-
because I don't look
But
it.
the neck
though.
is the neck.
Pretty good.
The neck is the neck. When you get hit,
Yeah.
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 Did you ever see that video of that dumbass who put the fucking fork in his mouth and stuck the taser to it?
No.
Oh, he deserves it then.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
deserves
that
all kinds
Yeah.
of fun.
hilarious. He was walking around shouting all kinds of shit. He did it like a Coke
Right.
can.
And then
all
somebody
that
was
shit.
like, so he's like, someone on the internet said to put fork in my mouth and do it. All right. And he puts fork in his mouth and bzz, pow, and he just drops.
And like
Yeah.
there was a couple that was sitting on the other side of the room that started busting out laughing when it happened.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you saw the zap go all through his mouth, just like
That kind of damage. You know what? There's a good chance he could have split some of his teeth, eh? With that
There's
kind
a
of.
Probably.
good chance he split some of his brains.
what
he
brains.
Definitely split
Maybe
something.
if only if he fell down and he hit too hard, like a concussion kind of thing, that may have been exacerbated. Like it could have been worse than.
I feel
I
like if
tased
the, I feel like
myself.
if the handle of that fork was on the roof of his mouth, it might have just went up.
Something would have scrambled definitely. Like fork would have went right through. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
I
then
tased
like
myself.
what? Do you think it'll just fry it, or do you think it would? I don't know that it would be able to cause enough damage, just for the simple fact of
It depends on the muscles. I mean,
people will
what
get
muscle
tased
locked
in the
up?
head, right? Like that's a
At the bare minimum, it was like turning the TV off and on real quick.
sure.
Like the picture went away and then it came back.
Control Alt Delete. Reboot.
Right.
I have had that happen a couple times. That's a weird experience.
Dude, I
Right.
fucking tased myself just like I was holding my taser. Me and Jack Rhodes were up in Puddin' Bay. We had just got up. We had just got up in the morning, and my taser was mixed in with my keys. So I went to pull them apart. Yeah!
Like, this is what I'm doing to Scotty.
Jack, like when I came to, I looked at Jack is laughing his ever living ass off at me. I'm standing there like I thought I fell, but I was still standing. That's how fucking bad it is. And I'm like, dude, it's silly as
How does
shit.
it feel, dickweed?
I just told you how I felt. I thought I fell and I was standing up.
Yeah. And Marco's tased me many times, and I usually let him solely so I know it's coming. Because
Right.
if once he does it, he's not going to sneak up on me and do it again. That's a dickhead
what's the
thing
point?
to do.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah.
I at least want to know
He's
it's coming.
just like,
The
fuck it,
problem,
just get it over with.
the problem is there was one time he was going to tase me. I was like, fine, you can tase me on my ass. And I pulled my pants down. And he went to tase me, but instead of hitting the button and then putting it to me, he would put it to me and then hit the button. So he would stab me with the prongs and then hit the electricity. And it
I
was
have
just,
video of
it
this,
was
by the
yeah,
way.
we're shit faced.
Right.
It would just be like, it didn't really shock, it burned because the electricity was trying to go through the muscle and it couldn't. So the prongs were just heating up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, you got to hit the button and then stick me. And he's like, okay, stick button. Fuck, stop it. You got to do the button then hit me. Okay. And then stick button. Like for 10 minutes. And then eventually, like, just fucking give it to me. I'll do it. Like,
I was branding him, dude. His ass cheek got a bunch of little circles.
Was that my left or my right ass cheek?
I think
Your right ass cheek.
I have a fucking skin tag like this long there now. Like straight up, right in that, like right where the ass starts to kind of cup down and around. That's right where it is. And that's right where
you
we
should
were fucking-
document that case. Maybe that might be a discovery of scientific worth.
You zap yourself.
You
enough
can
in the
grow
ass cheek,
useless
you can-
skin from getting shocked 12 years ago.
Well, if you ever
Yes.
get like burned or something, you can take
Think
the
about
skin tag off and.
You know that is actually a valuable thing, though, right? Is if you can actually make skin, it's worthwhile.
Look, I'm not going to zap the piss out of myself to sell extra skin to people for skin grafts. That just seems like a lot of pain and torment I don't need to go through.
You know, this is a
Now, if
ground.
the Democrats
This
win
is a
again,
ground-
then maybe we'll have to.
This is a ground floor opportunity. Okay, Scotty, I'm not sure you're aware
Of-
of what
of
you're
all
giving
the-
up. Okay.
Of all the things my body could have provided for science, it's extra skin from skin tags by being tased over a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cut. I was part of the initial finding.
I got
Well,
you, boo-boo.
Okay, but here's the question: have you tried like swimming? Maybe it's like a fin of some
A
sort.
flipper? He got a magic flipper like Nemo?
You see how pasty I am? Do I look like I go outside in the sun and do stuff? You go in water, the sunblock comes off, Dino. Both sides of my family came from places where it's cloudy 99% of the time. Not to mention, I'm not a good swimmer. I don't go in water I can't see through or goes over my head. There's big fish in there. They're going to eat me. And I'm not dealing with that.
That's accurate. I've
Fuck
seen
these
this.
kids.
It looked like a big minnow.
Okay.
Like, if you want to terrify me more than anything else, put me on a boat with a life jacket, push me off the fucking back, and just take off down the lake. And just leave me to float for like 20 minutes. I will evacuate my bowels the entire time.
Yeah,
You do that anyways. Like
Just floating there.
that
like-
may actually protect you. Let's be honest.
No, because fish are attracted to urea.
Yes, but fish being attracted to it
Well,
is
take
okay.
Rio with you. Do
It's
it
about
yourself.
the poop may keep away a predator, right?
I don't
Because
know.
fish
'cause,
will feed and move on.
the largest things we have here that could potentially harm me in the lake are catfish. Guess
Yeah,
what
and
they're
they
gonna
eat
be
food.
attracted to?
Your
Shit.
wiener?
No, I'll have pants on, but the shit will be stuck in my pants because I'm not letting go of this goddamn vest.
Just use one
And
hand.
it might go down your fucking
Nope.
leg hole.
Either way,
It's water. It'll definitely go. You're like,
I've just chummed the fucking.
Yeah,
I've
that's
just
what I was
chummed the
about to say. You
current
just
for
chummed it.
whatever Volkswagen-sized catfish is down at the bottom to come up and go, oh, look at this terrified little pasty morsel. Pluck, drown, you're dead now.
that
And this-
reminds me of
Now
remember when
Scotty's on a black
Steve-O?
person's dinner table.
No, but you remember when Steve-O put the fish in his swimsuit, and then they swam with the whale sharks?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to eat you. You're like, yeah, that sounds.
Nah, I
Horrible.
remember when
You see-
Steve-O put the sock on his cock and let the rattlesnake fucking bite him.
Did you see the one where he put the hook through his cheek and then jumped out the back of the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I think
Yeah,
I might do the
fucking
rattlesnake before I do the cheek thing. Who-
100%.
Which one put the micro machines in his ass?
Ryan Dunn. And it wasn't
Yeah.
a micro machine, it was a full-size Hot Wheels.
Was it? I thought they were micro machines. There was a few
Well,
of them.
It was one Hot Wheels car wrapped in a condom.
Okay,
I'm
that's
thinking
fine.
of a different one then because I
It was
remember
like
like the
season-
doctor.
Yeah, it was season 1. He went and got x-rays and the guy was like, look, you don't tell nobody about this. You go home, you poop it out. Like, I know, he know. That's too many people. But yeah, it was Ryan Dunn in season 1 of the actual Jackass show. It might have been the movie, actually. Might have been the first
I think it
movie.
might have been the movie.
It might have been
I
the
think it might
first
have been the
movie. But it was
I
done
just-
because that gag was supposed to be for Steve-O. In the morning of it, he goes, I can't do it. My dad will disown me if I do this. And Dunn went, I'll do it. Fucking shoved the car up his ass.
Some of the best ones is where they did the fucking like the punching bags or the doors that just open with the fist with
Oh,
the midget with
Bro.
Lee Man. Oh, dude, when they fucking
Or the hand? Or it's just like.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was like,
God.
bam, high five. And the hand comes around the
He's like,
wow.
And you know that fucker wasn't light. That wasn't some little. That
No,
thing was-
Knoxville was holding that thing with
Ooh.
everything he had.
Hey,
Like the
but
springs on it
Knoxville?
were like, yeah. The
Dude, Johnny
springs on that
Knoxville?
thing came out of like a 98 Corvair. They were just fucking.
yeah.
I don't even know if were they making Corvairs in '98?
No,
89.
No, 60s.
It doesn't matter. We all know that spring sound, though.
Right.
Wang.
We got the point.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, like, I always appreciated Johnny Knoxville. Like, man, he did shit. Remember when they got the paint? No, it was the
Claymore
crowd control Claymore.
Yeah.
And he was like, he got hit, and he goes, "Is this good? Then we're good." And I went, man, like that's commitment.
Bam was on the ground crying, like,
Bam is
when he got hit, it was instant, like.
Oh, sure, of course. But the thing is, Bam, you're like, number one, yeah, he did stuff, but also, what a puss. And easily hateable. You're like, you're kind of goofy looking. I don't know.
He's kind of getting what he deserves.
That's. And Steve-O survived. How did that happen?
Right.
And now he's sober and everything, which, hey, man, I'm happy for the guy that he's still producing. But at the same time, definitely witchcraft. Sorcery, at least. Someone died somewhere.
Lizard people.
Oh, skin suit, maybe.
Skin suit.
That's why he sounds like that.
That's why he sounds.
And that's why he got a picture of himself on his side so he can remember what the fuck he looks like.
It's on his back.
Whatever.
Oh, I
kind
feel
of hard to look at.
I'll tell you, as a person with a tattoo on their back, you don't ever see that shit.
Right.
I do every once in a while. I'll look in the mirror and be like, that looks cool.
I forget it's there. And I'll like take my shirt off to get in the shower and like go to turn around to like hit a switch or something. And the mirror will like, I'll see it in turning and be like, what the? Oh, yeah.
Who's in the shower with me? Where's my $7?
It's been back there for 7. Well, the fucking thing's been back there for 17 years. I forget it's there sometime.
Oh my God.
Right.
Like a wife.
Where the fuck you come from?
I own you too? Damn.
I thought you were dead.
Son of a bitch, that hole wasn't deep enough.
I know how deep to dig a hole, Greg.
Of all people, Scotty got that one, man.
I kind of do it professionally.
Right.
Oh,
Professional.
I gotta start being quiet. It's already late.
I forgot you're wearing headphones. You don't have speakers going.
That's right.
Turn your
That's what
speakers
I'm
on and
goddamn
take your
adult.
headphones off real quick.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. No, why would I do that? And then I have to deal with my wife. Are you kidding me? She'll murder me in my sleep. No problem. Without hesitation.
I've been watching how to build like them Asian spider holes.
What?
The Asian spider holes, the underground bunkers that the Asians used to use in the war and shit.
Do you guys remember Dennis the Menace's other neighbor who had like a landmine in his lawn and stuff like that? I feel like that's Marco's house. Like he's got
Marco
a minigun on the roof.
Marco has lots of landmines at his house, but they don't explode. They just smell bad.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's the guy from Mary Poppins who's got a pirate ship on the top of his fucking house.
Also, that one I could see.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Even though quite atrocious.
It's more so the guns, violence, and dementia that all go together. It's more so the way I'm thinking about it. But, you know, it's fine. It works.
Marco is
if I make it to that age, shit.
Marco is one sheet of acid away from being Hunter S. Thompson.
I want to try acid. I've never tried it, but I'm well, this is the thing is I'm responsible enough to know that if like taking shrooms for me, like me not being in control of my faculties can be dangerous, right? So I want to make sure. Well, that's why I'm like, I want to make sure I'm with people in a controlled environment where
nope, you don't need to do it.
Oh, then that's fair. Then that's probably more responsible.
No, you take mushrooms and it starts going south. What do? You burn one, you go sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, acid, that doesn't happen?
No, acid.
No, you're not sleeping for about 15, 16 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems impossible. I'm quite lazy and fat.
You have to have the mental control. No, you're not allowed. You instantly have restless leg syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you lay down.
I've done so much acid. I have it myself. Like right now, my leg is shaking. I've done so much acid in my life, dude. Like just recently, like 2 weeks ago, me, Copenhagen, and Rochelle went out to some haunted Cleveland thing.
Yeah,
dude, I took a hit of some blotter. It was pretty decent, but I wasn't gonna take too much because I trust the shit. I know where the fuck Mike got it from. But it was crazy, dude. Fucking noises and fucking shit coming out of every.
The last time I took acid, it was a Herculean amount, I'm assuming, because they had liquid and they were doing the drops on the sugar cubes, and dude wanted just to be out of it. So he gave me 2 sugar cubes, but instead of going drop, drop, he went squirt, squirt, bottle's empty, threw it away, gave me the sugar cubes. I ate one. I've seen constant trails since. Constant. Driving at night is fun.
Oh,
so that's why I'm saying if you take it and it goes sideways for you, nobody's stopping Godzilla running through Canada.
See, that's my concern. So I took 2.5 grams of mushrooms.
That's
and
it's too big for 2.5 grams.
I just felt stupid. That was the thing.
He needs to go see Ricky.
Yes. Yes.
Just go Sasquatching one night with Ricky in the summer.
Our buddy Sasquatch, Ricky.
Ricky is your size.
Yeah, Ricky's your size, and he likes getting just into some draws and walking through the woods barefooted like crazy wild man, dude.
This cat will eat a half ounce of mushrooms and go in his underwear. I mean, like just turn the bag inside out, eat it, and then just walk into the woods in his underwear for the night.
Yeah,
and he'll come back the happiest motherfucker in the world the next day.
Yeah, that's see.
Yeah, you need to go see Ricky.
Yeah. It was like you lost me.
No. See, now we've mentioned it. Now we've mentioned it. Now Ricky's just gonna show up at his house,
right?
Well, he's just gonna get a feeling and go, I need to walk north, and he's just gonna eat a bunch of mushrooms and start walking, and eventually you'll encounter him, and he'll go, "You're one of my species. Eat this."
That's it.
I will admit one thing
is Sasquatch looking dude comes out of the woods and hands you a handful of mushrooms, just eat them.
Right?
Yeah. Out there they call them wendigos. Out there they call them wendigos. So if a wendigo walks up to you and hands you some mushrooms, just say hi to Scotty and Marco and Greg.
Okay, let's be honest though. Realistically, you guys have gone hunting. Yes, I'm assuming.
I've hunted small game.
That's fine. But still, it's still the process. You still have to understand. Yeah. And realistically, you can get freaked out whenever you're hunting. You can get very easily freaked out with regards to sounds and things that are around you, right?
There is nothing more terrifying than just being in the woods and everything turns off.
Yes, I've had that happen twice in my entire life.
Yeah,
and once it was like 2 drops of pee. The other one, I didn't shit for 3 days. It freaked me out, man, because the first one was quiet, but it was also in the winter, and I peed a little bit. But the second one was the summertime, and the bugs went quiet, and that one just my asshole just, and I couldn't shit for 3 days, and it was just I was like I didn't have much discomfort, but it was
back it up, guys, get ready to roll.
Yeah, because wintertime, like there are no bugs. So you're like mammals. You're like that could be a predator. I might be the predator. You don't know.
Yeah.
But in the summer, bugs. You're like that's
bugs,
weird.
Birds, squirrels, everything making noise.
Yeah.
I've been in the woods in the summer and had everything turn off, and I literally found a down tree to just like lay down next to and just kind of tuck under, and I just sat there for like 10 minutes until everything came back, and I went, I'm fucking outie. And I got up and I dipped to let him out.
Oh, so do you think it was something passing through, or?
Well, I have no idea.
In the movies, when
because
I've been animals go is like Tyrannosaurus, Bigfoot.
Like, I had been in the woods for over 2 hours at that point, and nothing had shut up. Like it was just constant bugs and birds, and you could hear and see squirrels running along and chipmunks sprinting back and forth, and then all of a sudden, everything went quiet, and I went, I'm not dealing with this. I'm just going to hide until all the noise comes back, and then I'm going to go the way I came. And I fucking hunkered down.
You guys, I'm going home.
Have you guys watched the 411 series with David Paulides?
I started it, but I fell asleep because I was high.
So there are a few people.
It was very interesting, though.
It's very interesting because
the hunt is the good one. The second one,
yes, wasn't it? Very enjoyable. I enjoy the detail that he's trying to bring to it, because you're going, look, he's not trying to be a weirdo. He's just saying, hey, listen, This is unexplained. It doesn't make sense.
It never comes to conclusions. It's just this is what happened. What the fuck?
I respect
Marco,
that.
you would love it, Marco. You would love it.
What's it called?
Missing 411, The Hunted.
Oh, gotta look it up.
It's on Amazon Prime.
It's about people just vanishing in national parks.
Is it like real shit or is it like
real shit?
No,
real
it's
shit.
real shit.
This guy is searching for like missing persons. He used to be a cop. He was a detective, I believe. And now his whole thing is just that throughout the entire national park system,
people come up missing all the time.
People come missing all the time, and
for no reason.
There's people go missing
where they don't even look for them half the time anymore.
People show up as well. Other people, the areas get searched, and then suddenly their stuff shows up where they've already searched, and it wasn't
like
there. That doesn't make any sense.
The one I can remember was an older gentleman went out hunting with his son and a couple of his friends and their sons, and like how they hunted back then, they pushed. So the old guys who couldn't walk through the woods very well would just post up at predetermined positions, and the younger guys would loop way around and drive the deer towards them.
Yeah.
So, and like they knew he was sitting on this rock. This is the rock he sat on. You know, he's wearing jeans and fucking red flannel coat, sitting there with a fucking rifle. Well, everything's said and done. He's gone. Like they even like laid out strings through the woods in a grid pattern to individually search every like 10 square feet, and they could not find him. And then like a week later, they went back to research. The strings were still up, and his clothes were neatly folded about 5 foot from where he was supposed to be sitting,
which is insane, right? Like this is the what bothers me the most is that there are questions that it's not like we can figure it out. You're going, no. There's no answer. Yeah. There's no that's like Sherlock Holmes weird shit where you're going, okay, well, if all else is impossible, then the impossible is what it must be.
That's like Dialogue. What was it? The Dialogue Pass? Scotty told me about that. That's some fucked up shit right there.
Yeah. I like that picture they have. Just that figure in the fucking snow tree line. Looks like Dino standing out there.
Supposedly now they say that they figured out what was good. They don't know what the fuck happened to them people.
No.
That was just, people's heads were smashed in from the inside, like cooked from the inside.
There was injuries on people's bodies that could have not have been made by any human alive. Like
that's
like the blunt force trauma was just so massive.
What was it? Eyes, tongue were missing from the one guy, or like the whole whole snout of him was fucking gone, right? Like
that was another guy, but like the farther they got away from the tent, the more fucked up the bodies got.
Yeah.
Like the guy who was closest to the tent was relatively okay. The guy who was at the tree down at the base of the hill, 25 yards, 30 yards from him was missing tongue and eyes. The two guys down another 50 yards in the creek were missing like hands. And then like one person
didn't find these motherfuckers.
That's not like one person either, though.
One person had such massive blunt force trauma to their head that no human could have been able to apply that type of force, but there was nothing on the outside of the head that indicated it was struck.
Yeah. Like it was.
But like you look at the skull, and the skull was just caved in, but the skin was fine. Like, but you couldn't even see the dent. Yeah,
you'd like that, like possible, but very unlikely, especially combined with everything else, right? It's just
the indigenous people who live in Siberia say, "Hey, we don't go there."
Yeah.
Guess what? You probably shouldn't fucking go there.
No. And the bad thing is nowadays, like I just found this out. There's actually in Siberia, there is a Yeti reserve. There is a plot of land set off for Yetis. They say the Yetis are real. So I mean,
Dino's still in Canada.
Yeah.
Sasquatch here. Hello.
No, that's the Wendigos out there.
No, Wendigos are Native Americans.
And Wendigos are also corrupted. It's not the same thing as the Sasquatch, right? Because that's somebody who's eaten their own tribe or family, I believe.
Now, is Wendigo and Skinwalker a synonym? They're interchangeable?
No.
Okay.
Not backwards compatible.
He's thinking Skinwalker.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I'm thinking Wendigo. Wendigos are Canadians. Skinwalkers are Native American.
Skinwalkers are definitely
but
Native American.
Wendigos are Native Canadian Indian type
Well,
deal.
Yeah,
no,
north.
because
It's
they're
a north thing. Yeah.
Well, then what the fuck is the Wendigos in the Appalachians?
I
Remember,
never heard
hey,
of Wendigos in Appalachians.
look it up.
Appalachians come up right up into Quebec, though, right?
That's valid.
So
That's
it's the same with like it's weird that we're divided in and of itself, right?
Yeah, now there's
I'm surprised
racism
it's
in the
not-
fucking Sasquatch community.
Yeah, well, think about the northern part of British Columbia, like that's Sasquatch country.
Yeah.
And up into Alaska, right?
Yeah. Well, that and down into Oregon and Washington and
yeah.
But what is did you know the Appalachian Mountains are older than the rings of Saturn?
No, not at all. Thanks for the
knowledge. Bang.
Wait.
You just blew Dino's mind.
I'm way too high. I've already had I had 2 Nanaimo bars which were 300 milligrams. And then I've had about 6 of those 100 milligram chews over the course of the day.
1,200.
And
that's not too much. I got about that much in my fucking bowl. I've just been sitting here smoking.
See, Paul gonna be mad.
You're not a person, though. You're a character. You're some sort of made-up person. It's not.
He's part of the list.
You may be 2 brooms and a Muppet in a suit.
No, I've seen him walk.
Hi, ho, this is Kermit
like
the
stealth.
Frog.
Don't worry.
And then them Henson animatronics are getting good.
Right.
Oh, could you imagine? Did you guys see that Nicolas Cage where he gets trapped and has to fight all the robots in like a Chuck E. Cheese type environment?
Yes,
I have not.
Very,
it is
great.
great.
Very enjoyable.
Fucking
very
great,
enjoyable.
Dude.
Nicolas Cage sometimes is awesome, and then other times you're like,
not the
man,
bees.
who do you owe
Not
money
the
to?
bees.
Just who do you owe money to? Why do you have to do this? You're just like, you know? It's and then you're like, and then why aren't we having a National Treasure 3, my friend? Like we couldn't do that instead? No, we're gonna talk about Drive Angry. What is that? That's not a thing, you idiot. It's very peculiar.
Look, like you're Canadian, so I'll understand that you don't drive angry. Come drive down here. That'll change.
Listen, I'm Greek though. I've driven in Athens. Trust me, I know how to drive angry, and it is bam with my hand right through the fucking steering wheel, honking all the way.
That ain't shit.
I would love
come to America where you don't know who has a gun.
That's yeah. See, that's the advantage. Is I've always been under the premise of if they have a gun, that's the world's problem, and I can just stop and run away, right? So in the
you can outrun a bullet, big guy. You're a pretty big target.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I can bank on is that there's a lot of open space in between important parts. That's the only, big target, but a lot of dodgy areas. You know, it's 50-50. It's who knows, but
being that big, I'll move my gizzard this way.
You guys remember that episode of Cops where they fucking did a drive-by on that big fat kid, and then they were like, "So you got shot?" He's like, "Yeah, like 3 or 4 times." And they went, "What?" And he lifted his shirt up, and you could just see welts where the bullets hit. He was wearing a big, thick cotton shirt, and he was fucking Dino size. And they shot him with a 22 out of a car, with like a snub-nosed 22 going by out of a car window. The bullets just hit him and fell on the ground. Like the cops picked him up off the pavement.
Who does that, first of all?
Right? And they go, "Do you need an ambulance?" And he goes, "No, I'm good." Like no blood, no nothing. His shirt had a little wrinkle in it, and he had some bruises.
Looked like he had hives.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, I'm okay.
This is poison ivy. It's fine.
Yeah, be itchy tonight."
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Dude, Cops is still one of my favorite shows to fall asleep to.
Oh, definitely. Like,
mine is the silliest. The Criminals. You ever watch some of them dumb fucks?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
Favorite when it gets around Christmas time and they go ho ho ho, and it's all hookers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, you're looking at them like, who the fuck would pay money to have sex with that? And then they arrest the person and they're like, so Frank, I see your back. And it's like, that's a dude? That explains a lot. And then he starts talking, and it's like obviously at this point a cross-dresser because now the camera's directly in front of them.
I love the ones where they back the cars up.
I gotta make money somehow. Do what?
I love when they back the cars up to take the ATM machines. Full on camera. They got the license plate there. No mask. They fucking damn near ripped the back end of their car apart.
They're there for 15 minutes hooking the chain up. Like,
oh yeah. Bro, you know what I've been enjoying the most was I was binging. I just had it on in the background for the last few days. Last few weeks was Ridiculousness has a YouTube channel.
The Scorpion.
And oh god, and guy, you know what? Like I've fallen before, and I know I got hurt, but at the same time, there's no evidence because thank God the internet and technology did not exist.
Oh, Scotty done pulled plenty of ridiculousness moments, especially with dirt bikes.
Yeah, I have a current broken bone because of an 80cc dirt bike. Yeah.
That the guy that owned it when he wrecked it was yelling at him to shut it off. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, I can't get off the ground, and the bike's just sitting there in my backyard doing a circle. And he shut the bike off, pussy. And I'm like, I got it. And I go to push myself off the ground, and my right arm doesn't work anymore.
Nice.
And I slam my face into the ground.
Like Greg was there. I was there afterward. It was just as hilarious. It was just as fucking hilarious.
Greg drove me to the hospital.
Yeah.
My wife and some of her friends were in a wedding party. So the wedding people and the bride were there making like favors and shit for the wedding. I walk in with, at the time, I didn't know if it was broken collarbone or dislocated shoulder. So I walk in holding my shirt like this. And I went, hey, I either dislocated my shoulder, broke my collarbone. Greg's taking me to the ER. And she goes, what? And I went, hold on a minute. Okay, I broke my collarbone because I wouldn't be able to do this if I dislocated my shoulder. So I'm like, yeah, I broke my collarbone. Greg's going to take me to the hospital. And she goes, oh, okay, keep me posted. And I just left. And then apparently I freaked out everybody there. They were like, is he fucking with us?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, he probably fucked himself up.
Well, how do they help you with a collarbone? Do they just hold your shoulder?
With me, there was nothing they could do. It is completely not attached anymore. It's most time you break your collarbone, you fracture it. So you get your little fracture, or you do this, and they can put it back in place, and they put you in like a cast strapped to your shit thing, and then you fuck it up, and it ends up weird anyway. Mine wasn't like this or fractured. Mine's like this.
Oh.
So the doctor looks at me, and these are quotes, and says, he goes, okay, I'm going to put you in a cast. I'm going to give you some painkillers. Don't move it around for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh.
And I went, huh? Like, we're not going to put it back together? Like, we're both sitting there looking at my x-rays. And, like, my bones like this. Like, I still have the pictures on my phone. We looked at them in Greg's car. Like, they gave me the DVD with the pictures on it. He just put it in his stereo, and they came up on the screen. But I'm sitting there the next day at this fucking doctor's office with these x-rays, and he goes, all right, your other option is I can do surgery on it and put it back together, and you're going to fuck it up. And I went, what? He goes, everybody fucks it up because it's going to feel better, and you're going to move it, and it's going to break again, and you're going to fuck it up, and then it's going to get infected, and then I have to go in there and clean out the infection and fix it again after I re-break it because it healed, fucked up because you moved your arm. Or we can leave it like that, and you'll be in the. Oh, he goes, no, and that process takes about 8 to 9 months. Or you can put it in a cast, not move it around for 4 weeks, and after that, you'll have limited movement in your arm, but you'll be down mobility, but you'll be down for like 2-3 months. Okay, I'm gonna go with that option then. So they strapped my shit to my chest, and off I went. Well, turns out. Corporate at the time, that was when I first started at the cemetery. Corporate at the time said there's no way he could physically do his job with one arm. And I was still in my probationary period, so they let me go. My boss was not happy. So they said when you can get medically cleared to use that arm again, you come back.
So he went to slinging shit.
No. I was at the cemetery for 5 years after that. but I had to wait to get the medical clear, and I'm strapped up like this. Like I figured out that if like I was real gentle and just moved my elbow, I could put my arm on the chair armrest and put my hand on my mouse and just play computer games like this without moving my shit. So problem was I wasn't working anymore. So I was down for like 6 weeks not working, and I went, fuck, we're broke. I got to get back to work. I called the doctor and I said, I need medically cleared. And he goes, well, come in. I'll look at you and see if I can clear you. I came in. He looked at it. He goes, raise your arm above your head. I raised my arm above my head. And he goes, is that all you got? And I went, yeah. And I raised this arm, and it goes the same height. So it's like, you know, like I'm not like, this is all I got. Clear me. Like, no, that's as high as they both go.
Both sides are retarded.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right? He goes,
that's true equality.
This man looks at me and goes, I'll sign your medical clearance right now if you can do 10 push-ups without wincing. Okay. So I got down, and I'm looking him dead in the face, just doing 10 push-ups 6 weeks after completely shattering my collarbone. And I'm just doing push-ups, looking at him. And I did my push-ups, and I got up off the ground. He goes, I cannot fucking believe that. You either heal ridiculously fast or you don't feel pain like regular people, because there's no reason you shouldn't be in agony right now. And I'm just like, I'm good. Sign a paper. The whole time I'm doing those push-ups, I'm like, ah! Ah!
There you go.
I need to get back to work.
Right.
And even to this day, if I pick up something heavy and like I get it on this side, if it's really heavy and I put it in the wrong spot, I will feel that bone jam into that fucking tendon.
So, and this is where I tell people, listen, guys, I have healthcare up here. You know, it's not always great. Sometimes there are delays, and sometimes you know things get fucked up. But I'll tell you, talk to your local politician, because man, listen, that doctor is like, hey, do you want me to do my job, or do you want to just chance it on maybe lucky you, everything will be fine? And you're like, I'm gonna try luck on this one. That's the dumbest shit you can ever do in your entire life. And you know what? People do it on a daily basis. It's not just Scotty. It's just in general where we stand there going, wow, you know, like, look, remember in Tiger King?
lot of it's me.
Well, you know, you're almost clear. So it's fair.
I dislocated my finger the other day and didn't notice.
So you may be like a rejected robot version of Astro Boy or something like that.
I was not actually born. I was built in a factory outside of Detroit.
Not a good factory.
No, they were closed.
Look at the water. Look at the water.
It was 87. They were not doing well.
All right, we're running up on a third hour here, so
We got time.
all right, whatever y'all want to do, just let you know.
We're gonna get into the end,
I'm gonna
baby.
go hang out with my wife. Fuck off, you bastard.
She's sleeping already.
No,
You hear
she
what it
isn't.
does.
Yeah, he has her under his foot right now. It's like a mouse trying to get away. He got his foot on her tail.
Oh, can you imagine?
Yeah.
You stepping on a mouse, it would explode.
She would, and that's also true. I have Flintstone feet. There's like a circle with just lines drawn on it.
You wouldn't even have to stomp. You could literally just be like,
yeah.
boo.
Guy, I went to a chiropractor today and I took off my shoes. He's like, what size are your feet? I said, size 14. He's like, God, you're gigantic. And I'm like, that's accurate. It's just a large
14
person.
wide.
No, I could go like 13 triple E or 14. 14 is fine.
What are these weird communist fucking units of measure? We use numbers
Triple E is
here.
wide. Yeah, 13 triple E is just for a wide foot.
That's a fat foot.
Okay, they
I
didn't
used
put
to
a
have
W.
triple E's when I was little.
No,
The W means women.
No, W means wide.
No, W means women in the shoe
No.
thing. I thought the whole same thing back in the
No
day,
shit.
and I ended up with a lot of small shoes.
Like, these 9.5s are really fucking little. They're like 7s.
Look, I got these in a fucking 12, and they still tiny. What the fuck? Says
Motherfucker,
wide.
You got your fucking shoes from
But
the
there's
bin
one
store.
guy who's got a size
Ow.
13 W, and he's like, I feel fantastic in these.
Right? And my ass looks great.
Like, and I am
They push
Killing
up
it.
right there under the cheek.
killing it, you know?
Can't even
I've
tell my
never
taint.
felt more proud.
Can't even tell my taint's getting smaller.
And it's only shaved up front.
Not even.
Ass
Not
hawk.
even.
Ass hawk.
Man,
So basically, when you pull your pants off and lift the fupa, it's a mohawk? Is that what you're saying?
I don't even understand how that would work.
Like I said, I'm hairy. Like I'm a hairy guy, but I'm not like insanely hairy. But at the same time, I feel like everyone else is walking around with like those ringlets that Hasidic Jews have like on their dick, and I'm like, that's not. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be, guys. Like I think you guys are in the wrong here.
Look, if I've yet to see Jew dick. I've yet to see Jew dick. I've seen some porn. Oh my God! But I've yet to see
genre porn for Marco.
Now I've got to look for it. I got to find a Hasidic dick now.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you can find that.
Yeah, we can hunt that up real easy.
Yeah, but it's got to be. I'm sure you can find some Jewish guy banging somebody.
But there's also probably one that's wears a condom that has like a yarmulke on the end instead of a.
They all have a yarmulke. It's called a reservoir tip.
And then if they're not cut, then you wouldn't even see the yarmulke. It'd be under the fucking
Jewish,
pole.
aren't they all cut?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't take.
They invented circumcision.
Yeah, don't they got the moils? You're right.
I think women did. Or perverts.
No,
hey man, I'm an anteater for life. I don't care.
I really want to know who the first person was who goes, you know what? I'm gonna cut the foreskin off that baby.
I think it was more like somebody woke up after eating a bunch of mushrooms in the desert and was like, my dick is ugly as fuck. Let me clean this up a little bit.
I'm so tired of pulling the skin back.
I have a hard time believing any revelation
like chewing gum.
To, using the natural enhancement of mushrooms and stuff would result in you realizing that your body parts are ugly. I feel like that would be counterintuitive to nature.
What if he was in the fucking desert? The dick probably talked to him. He was like, oh, this shit ain't talking to me no more. We're getting rid of this right now.
What you're saying is it talked using the foreskin as a mouth?
Yeah.
Not the urethra?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
No, not at all. Come on.
The skin flap coming up over it?
Yeah.
It would look like a sock puppet.
Hi. I definitely don't want to have that conversation with you anymore. That's definitely
my name's Richard.
My friends call me Paul.
God saith to thee, cut me off.
Yeah, that seems a little unreasonable.
Hey, I mean, weirder shit has happened in the store in the comic
book.
But
can you imagine the person who said that at first? Be like, well, we should probably cut these off. And everyone just looking at him going,
can you imagine what the first guy whose wife came to him with a fucking gallon of milk? Where the fuck did you get that at? Well,
the baby one was sucking on that, so I did it too.
You know how you keep telling me to spit? I spit it in the bucket.
What was that movie with Tim Allen where he's like, I milked the cow, and the Amish guy goes, I don't have a cow, we have a bull.
Oh!
And he's sitting there drinking it out of the bucket.
Dude, I seen the Freddie. Did you ever see
Kirstie Alley was in it?
Freddie got fingered where he jacked off.
Sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage?
At the end where he was jacking off, what was it, a camel or something? And that fucking dude just came all over the fucking place.
I just remember Scary Movie where she hits the ceiling.
I'm impressed that we lasted 2 hours, 52 minutes before Marco brought up a camel and pornography. That might be a record.
We have talked about a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually a movie. That was rated R.
Yeah. Then Tom Green starred in it, of all people.
I'm just saying that America used to make like steel and like skyscrapers.
And people started hitting them with stuff and we stopped. Okay, get over it.
I don't think that was the
that's a good, you start smacking into the skyscraper with things, people stop building them.
Like I don't even know.
This is fucking horrible.
Oh, God. Yeah, we'll just not talk about that. That's fine.
Right. Sounds like a good idea.
Never forget, fuck that, America. We just talked about fucking yarmulkes on dicks. We can't talk about a fucking sand people smacking a fucking building.
We talked about yarmulkes on dicks fucking. We did not talk about fucking yarmulkes on dicks. That's not that right. I feel is those words are important.
Very.
I think in this in the latter version, the yarmulkes are what's fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just on a dick, which is just another classification of porn all by itself.
Exactly.
See how many rabbit holes we can jump down with the yarmulke dick?
I feel like
I think rabbit holes is a different one.
I feel like you'd have to use stop motion animation for all of this.
Yeah.
Get on it, Greg.
Like how about instead of claymation, we do like cutouts, so they're like cartoons.
See, that's very Canadian of you. That's South Park original.
Well, listen, I can always add to the where are the children for eating? And that's
that's Dr. Claw from fucking Inspector Gadget.
Gadget. Inspector Gadget.
Damn it, Bobby, turn that shit off.
I can also do Skeletor. He-Man. Let's
I can do Ronald Reagan. Well, Nancy, we'll take one for the Gipper.
That wasn't bad.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
I don't know. Dino beats me. My Morgan Freeman wasn't all that good. Shit.
No, your Morgan Freeman was really good. It was a little short, but it was crisp. It was
that's all I got.
Right.
Well, maybe a little more. Hold on, let me see what I can get.
That'd be impressive. You just got to find the right next sentence. You need one more sentence, and then you would be able to actually run it.
I can smell you. That's what the bull queer said to Andy Dufresne in the shower while he was trying to hide. But you couldn't hide from the bull queers in the shower at Shawshank Prison. They got what they wanted from Andy every time. I stole that joke straight up from a TV show that I can't remember. I gotta pass the credit out. I can't. I didn't write that.
Hey,
I didn't make it up.
That's fine.
Hey, Ronnie, let's give this bull queer
very well
a little
done.
bit of our
very well done. See, that's the thing is when you find the right words for an accent, it just takes that time and practice, and then you can really just.
These make it so much easier.
Yeah.
Also true.
In person, that probably sounds terrible, but with this.
No, but let's be honest. Americans in general are bad at accents. Like.
Órale, vato, ¿qué pasó?
Yeah. What is he, French?
No, I've never seen him.
I take that as a compliment, man. I take that as a compliment. That means I don't need a green card.
Yes, it does.
Twice. You have to do it twice. And then you don't even qualify with the first one.
I get the little flag with the red, the white, and the blue, but they're sideways. Give me a loaf of bread. It's on.
It's like it's upside down. It's fantastic. Anyway, this has been a very entertaining 3 hours. At the same time, you guys are all fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. Not murderous, but
close to it.
I'm going to go check my
draws because I think we're right. We are right there.
I feel. You know what?
It's all about willpower, Dino.
Yep.
Have you
watched willpower?
Like I said, I quit smoking. I regret it every day. Have you seen?
Should.
It's no, actually, you know what? So there was I was at a doctor's appointment and I'm walking by and this guy who was older than I was smoking. And as I walk by and I'm like, oh, you sweet, sweet man, just blow that smoke right into my nostrils. And I just, I'm like, I couldn't.
My nose with your joint.
And no, it was just a cigarette. It wasn't even a joint. Okay. So I regret every day that I quit. He's like, I know exactly what you mean. It is the absolute goddamn worst. But at the same time,
the fruits of oxygen.
Fuck oxygen. I would smoke while I slept if I could. It would. And I just.
Now you're just quoting Triple X.
Yes, I am. And you know what? Except
I like smoke.
He's not some fucking Eastern European dipshit. I'm a man. I even have a working replica of Gandalf's pipe.
So do I. It's got weed in it right now.
Yeah, but I'm cool. You're a doper. Okay?
You're on a
You're a
fucking
druggie.
podcast with the three of us. You're not
Yes,
cool.
with Joe
I am
Pesci
literally
behind you.
dropping flex after flex after flex. I don't know how much more I can take. Okay.
You can flex fat too. I just want you to know. Just because it flexes don't
Next
mean it mustn't.
episode, Dino on a trampoline.
Oh, you know what?
One bounce, he's on the ground.
No. I'm always worried about ripping through it because I'm a lot of man, right? Like it's.
I feel like it'd be more of a you're just standing, and it's just
Yeah,
kind of
just
black hole around you. Like
yeah, like but I can get momentum going. Like
no, like your feet are on the ground already.
Can
Like
you
you're
imagine
standing
Dino
there,
getting on
the
it?
springs
I've
are all.
never had it that bad. Let me think.
Let me check
last
this out.
time I
If
was
Dino
on a-
sat on one, Scotty gets on the edge, Dino gets off, Scotty launches over the house.
Oh, I can give you a huge
take a camera. We will be able to prove the Earth is round. From the height I will clear.
Yeah.
Science.
I'll take a
Give me-
GoPro. I'll take a GoPro. So when my corpse re-enters the atmosphere and smashes into the ground, the GoPro will survive, and we'll have definitive evidence.
I had a
should
GoPro
put,
sitting next to me a second ago.
No. We should get air tags and put them in his pocket. That way we can find him. That's
Both.
Put
I'll
one
take
of the
both
GPS
GoPros.
trackers on him, like a
I'll
drone.
take 2 GoPros, and I'll just have one duct taped to my hand.
hey, and I'm saying while you go up, some gushers, right?
Right up the butthole.
And
Well, then I'll have to take a
Google them
radio.
bitches on your way out.
Right. Well, but then I'll have to take a radio. So with the last vestiges of oxygen that I have, I will be able to relay the information that yes,
Gushers
you can taste
away.
gushers. Yes, you can taste gushers with your butthole, and yes, it does feel fantastic when you clench and they go.
Gushers don't even taste good. Like,
And on that blatant lie, we're ending this show. I'll listen to all your other lies, Dino. Like I'm coming to visit, and whatever the fuck the other one was. I'm just so appalled
hey,
by that.
the
I'm
check
coming
is
to
in the
visit
mail,
lie.
and I won't come in your mouth. Those are the other two. Okay.
Oh, thanks for listening tonight, everybody. I'm Scotty. That's Greg.
Good night,
That
y'all.
side's Marco. That's Dino, the genetic marvel.
Hello.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Wow.